Hello everyone and a very warm welcome back for yet another fantastic eFootball Championship competition. I'm very happy to say that we're back here at our home in our studios in Barcelona for the first club event finals of the campaign, brought to you by Konami in partnership with Arsenal FC for the eFootball Championship 2025 Arsenal FC finals. Now today we have 4 finalists from all 4 corners of the globe who will be battling it out 1v1 on the mobile platform to get their hand on this prestigious trophy here right next to me. But that's not all. That's not the biggest prize even of the day. They have a golden opportunity to get themselves the golden ticket that will take them to the World Finals this summer in Tokyo. So we have a brilliant day of electrifying matches lined up for you with the very best in the game. So let's go ahead and get started then and get gunning for today's action. I'm Summer Hunter and I will be here with you throughout the day for the action-packed finals, but beyond that, of course, for the season as well. And I'm so very happy to be back once more for another year with all of you. And as ever, I'm also delighted to say that I'm in some great company indeed. 2 people who know this competition inside and out, 2 legends in their own right, Harry Shannon and Alex Alguacil. Give it up. You too.
Thank you.
For yourselves.
Thank you.
For yourselves. Yes. And for the start of a new season. How are we?
Yeah, doing great. This is my favourite time of the year. It's the start of a new eFootball Championship season with the club event finals start to kick off. We get to see new names enter the fray. We get to see amazing action, loads of goals, different tactics, different player items being used. It's my favourite time of the season. Well, actually, second favourite. Favourite, of course, is crowning world champions.
All right. Alex, welcome to the team.
Thank you so much, Emra. Harry, super pumped to be once again here at the stage. We can expect a lot of emotion during this competition. First of many opportunity for all the players across the world to qualify for the World Finals at the end of the season. Kickoff starts today. A lot of drama, nerves we can expect from today's matches, but we will see because only one will be the champion today.
Only one will be the champion today. We will see the creme de la creme. Speaking of which, we of course have the main man who is in charge of it all, the tournament director, Jordi Orteu, is with us for yet another campaign. How are you, Jordi?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for having me here another year.
Thank you for having all of us here for another year.
It's a pleasure, as always. It's a pleasure. Yeah.
So it's a great day. It's a big day. We have our first major event. This is, however, the second season that we're going to enjoy this brand new format. What do you make of it?
Well, I'm so excited for this season. So this is probably the most important event as we are starting the new competition. So I'm so happy and and wanting to see the players, how they perform, how the new format the format is affecting the game and the structure. So yeah, so excited to start.
So the format continues to evolve. I imagine there's other adjustments as well that people have to look forward to, right? Anything you could tell us about that?
Well, I think we have been working closely with Konami to improve the format. Also, we have the experience of the last season, so we have improved a lot the format and the games. So yeah, basically, we want the fans to have fun, enjoy the game, and also, they have a good opportunity to learn for the best, for these Arsenal finals.
Now, talking about that partnership, a partnership made in heaven between Konami and yourselves. I know you kind of already touched on it already, but I would like to go a little bit more in detail. Tell me just how this partnership has helped to evolve or develop the tournament structure, and as well as to promote the overall growth of the ecosystem.
Yeah, the partnership between Adrenaline and Konami is very good. So we are focusing on improving the fan base and the player experience, and the people enjoy the game. and we are always looking what the fans and the people ask to be in the game and in the tournaments. So we always getting the feedback from the people and implementing it together with Konami in the game. So our main focus is people to watch the games, that they can learn how the pros and the best players in the world are playing, the tactics and everything, and also the players themselves enjoying as much as possible the game. So this is the main for us.
Well, there's been plenty of enjoyment to go around over the last season. I'm sure more to come this season as well. We did say that this is a major event for today. What makes it stand out, however, and what else is it that everybody at home who's watching with us can actually look forward to for the rest of the campaign over the next few months?
Well, for the fans of eFootball, this is a good opportunity to see how the professionals or the best players in the world they are playing. So what tactics they use is so important, what cards they use for the best teams, so they can use these cards for the whole season, always taking a look for the new packs that Konami is bringing out to improve the game, the players and the activations. So it's a good opportunity for everyone to have the chance to see what these guys are playing so good, what they're doing, what cards they're doing, what tactics. So yeah, I think overall it's a good opportunity for everyone to enjoy the streaming and see the best in the world, and also for learn how to play better and improve in eFootball.
That's brilliant. I hope everybody was paying close attention to what Jordi had to say. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And good luck for the rest of the season as well. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Speaking of, let's give him a round of applause, guys. Yeah, come on. Okay, well, speaking of competition, why don't we run you through what the format actually looks like for today, and as well as how we actually got here in the first place. So the road to the finals began actually a few months back on Halloween, on October 31st, with round one. From there were 4 rounds which followed in November. It was absolutely thrilling, that month of competition. And of course, these competitions, they took place all across the globe, and they were divided into 4 key regions, of which are Eastern Asia, Oceania and other areas, Western Asia, Europe and Africa, as well as the Americas. Now, how it works is that the winners from each one of these regions, well, they have then managed to find themselves here today. They have earned their spot in competing to represent Arsenal FC. As we said, the winner will then go on to be a gunner in Tokyo in the summer at the World Finals. So, how is it going to work for today, however? Why don't we walk you through the structure of the competition for what is going to unfold over the next few hours. So the Arsenal FC finals, it's going to consist of a group stage, round robin style. Everybody's going to play each other one time. And how it will work is that for a win, a player will be awarded 3 points. For a draw, it'll be a point apiece. And for a loss, obviously, no points to be awarded. However, the first and the second player to finish at the top of the group will then advance to the grand finals. All of the matches will be played in a single game format. And then when we get to the grand finals, if after 90 in-game minutes no winner has been decided, then we will go to a shootout round to find out who actually is going to be taking home the top 2 prizes, the trophy as well as that ticket to Japan. So guys, talking about this format, obviously being very similar to what we saw last season, what are some of the expectations that you both have? What are some of the things that you're both looking forward to?
It's always fun seeing at the first club event of the season. This is the first chance to qualify. You always want to be the first player to punch their ticket to the World Finals. This is the earliest time for them to do so. The thing I'm looking at is there are 70 days between now and these players knowing that they would be competing for this opportunity today. So in those 70 days, who has matured their tactics? Who has really given us a plan B, C? We say it every time. Who has something to fall back on if your first plan doesn't work? I think that's what I'm going to be looking for.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with Jordi before we hear him. The improvement that we had in the previous round, from round 3, round 4, that's improvement in the matchmaking, in the form of the knockouts were really amazing, because that's making to have here at the finals the best from the best, and in every region. Now talking about today, it is quite simple, easy, or difficult, depending on point of view, because you are just 3 games ahead to be at the grand final. It's not that much, but at the same time, that means there's no room for mistakes. At this stage, we've seen the history, many players, that it takes long to get that feeling with the game, that confidence, that nerves out, and we'll see, because most of them, we will see right now, are making this first appearance at this stage. So I don't know what could happen today.
That's why we love it. We never know. We love the element of surprise. Speaking of, why don't we actually go ahead and introduce you to the 4 finalists for the mobile platform for today. We'll just quickly read off their names, but then I'll hand it over to the guys to actually give you proper, nice, detailed analysis as to who they are, their profiles, their playing styles, and so on. So we have from Indonesia, Zeus Huda, who is the regional winner of Asia East and Oceania and others. Then we have from Morocco, AN10 Tienes, who is from Asia West, also a compatriot from the North African country of Morocco. Saber AT is the regional winner from Europe and Africa. And last but not least for you, Luis Nuben 444 hails from Brazil on the other side of the Atlantic. He is the regional winner of the Americas. Now, let's go through each one of these individually, one by one. Why don't you go first, Alex? Tell us a little bit more about Zeus Huda and what we can expect.
Well, Zeus Huda is a great player. He's making his debut at this stage. Just 21 years old from Indonesia, the recent country on esports, on eFootball, winning a lot of recent tournaments. And Huda, it is fun to say, because at the moment he was playing the wrong foot. I was there with him. And not that, he was facing his teammate in the same place, in the same action, because he's his teammate from Indonesia. So Radinka. So it's pretty amazing. Now this guy has a future insane. It is really those talent that one day could be one champion, Harry, but he have what it takes to be now at this day and perform that he usually do in the trainings. We'll see.
Exciting. So he could be a potential trailblazer then for what is looking like it's going to be a hotbed for eFootball Championship going forward in Indonesia. Well, let's talk a little bit about Tienes then from Morocco, someone who actually is a bit more familiar, and we are more familiar with him as he was here last season. You reminded me that he featured at the FC Barcelona finals.
That's right.
But the only one of the 4 that actually has that experience. Does that give him a bit of an edge?
I think it does. In this type of competition, you know the route it takes to get to the World Finals. This is the only one of our 4 mobile players that did feature last year in 2024 in Tokyo. So he would have tasted the experience of going throughout the qualification. Of course, you've got to be in it to win it, so all 4 will believe that they can do so here at the Arsenal club event. But Tienes knows what it takes to get it done. I mean, he was able to make it to the World Finals, lost out, unfortunately, in the group stages, couldn't go one further, but has a lot of experience, is arguably the most experienced out of the 4 here. So I would expect him to be in the mix come the end of the group stages.
Alex, what about his fellow Moroccan, Saber AT?
A lot of good things about the Moroccan community. Every single year are bringing more and more talents, players to the biggest stage. That says a lot for the community. So obviously it's his debut, Saber 80, 23 years old. Yeah, but if he's coming from Morocco, his level has to be really, really high. So big expectation. He has no pressure, nothing to lose, a lot to win today. This man obviously is the underdog, but keep an eye on his gameplay. This man has something to show today for sure, and we'll see. Excited to having him today.
So Morocco may be quite a powerhouse on this side of the pond, but on the other side, I think it's fair to say that Brazil does also tend to be, much like in real world football, for eFootball, it also is a massive factory and producer of top quality players, such as Luis Nuben, 444.
Luis Enrique, 23 years old. I mean, you're so right. It's a hotbed of talent in South America. This young Brazilian is the latest to come out of that factory that is just producing talent after talent on both console and mobile. Of course, the current reigning mobile world champion belongs to this country as well. We've seen the likes of Juninho and Paulo Victor in that conversation as well. So the Brazilian community just seems to find talent, and they're putting the trust and their faith in those types of players. I think Luis Enrique has a real chance here to join that conversation. He will feel that he belongs in that conversation. The way to prove it to everyone is winning here.
All right, well, speaking of winning, let's see how the state of play is looking for the next few hours. We'll give you a rundown of all of the matches and the order of which they're going to be played in the group stage, all of which, by the way, are going to be available for your viewing pleasure on our streaming platform. So make sure that you keep it open all day. Up first, we've got Zeus Huda against Saber, followed by Luis Nuben 444 and Tienes for match 2. Match 3 is going to highlight Zeus Huda up against Luis Nuben 444, followed by Saber and Tienes, that old Moroccan affair. Then we've got Zeus Huda against Tienes, and last but not least for you, a one-to-one battle between Saber and Luis Nuben 444. So, having a look at the matchups, and more interestingly, perhaps, the actual order in which they're going to be played, considering who may be more of a heavy hitter than others. What do you make of how things might pan out here?
Well, I think when you look at that match number 5, Alex, you're looking at
he's
someone that you
That's the
spotlighted,
game, yeah.
Huda against Tienes. The fact that they play each other in the third match of the running order, I think that could come down to a little preview of the grand final. It could come down to one of them potentially being able to knock out their arguably closest competitor from mathematically being able to join them in the grand final. So we need a lot of eFootball Mobile to be played before we get there, but that has some interesting permutations. The fact they play each other last, I think that will be a fun one.
Yeah, when you have a games played before against the same opponent in a potential final, you got a lot of information. Because besides that, game 1 for all these 4 players will be clinical in the way they can set up their mindset for the rest of the tournament. Because, game 1, they haven't faced each other, most of them. So it's like, you can't see what's your actual level compared to your opponent. So game 1 for all these 4 players will send the basis in terms of level, mindset, nerves, let's say. So we'll see. Excited to see those games for sure.
It happens every time, Semra. We get to these club event finals. We're looking for someone to stamp their name on that ticket, and any 4 of these could. It's going to be a fun day.
Oh, it's going to be a very fun day indeed. And if I may borrow from one of your favorite sayings, every single point matters. Well, of course, it is true for the players, but not just for the players, also for all of you at home, because you have a brilliant opportunity to pick up some points, valuable points as well. So make sure, as a quick reminder, that you can grab 500 eFootball points by clicking on the viewing campaign banner in the game, and don't miss out. You want to make sure to take advantage of this opportunity, and you can do so by joining the stream right now. But that is not all. We actually have another campaign, a giveaway campaign. I don't know about the 2 of you, but I do love a signed shirt. Oh yeah.
Not for everyone, but only for the lucky one. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Not everybody's going to be able to get this one. Only one lucky person is going to be able to get a signed Arsenal FC shirt by all of the players. Make sure to join in the giveaway, and you can do so by heading over to our socials, and you can be taking this home with you. A lovely shirt indeed. And as ever, make sure that you stay up to date on all the latest news, all the exclusive details, all kinds of information, anything that you want to know about eFootball. You can do so by checking out all of our official platforms there for you on the bottom of the screen. And of course, you can always head over to the official eFootball website as well. So, having said that, I think we're ready to go, guys.
I think so.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's go. Okay, so let's go ahead and introduce our first pairing of the day. It's going to be Zeus Huda and Saber.
Nama saya Huda, saya berasal dari Indonesia. Semoga tahun ini saya bisa membawa pulang piala ke Indonesia. Karena suatu kebanggaan bisa mewakili salah satu klub terbaik di dunia. Tentunya saya berharap bisa mengeluarkan kemampuan saya dan menjadi juara.
Hi, I am Saber Atti, representing the Europe and Africa region. I am excited to compete in the finals. Representing Arsenal Football Club is a great honor for me, and I will do my best to make my region proud. And thank you for your support.
Well, here we are. We're just moments away from kicking off, Alex, the eFootball Championship 2025 season. It's been a long off-season, of course. These players have been waiting 70 days from round 4 of this competition until this club event finals. We're here now. We're moments from kickoff. Alex, just a few moments before we begin, what's in your head right now? What are you looking from these players? What do you want to see?
Well, clearly 2 different game style, 4-4-2 for Huda versus 5 for defender center back for the Moroccan player, which will say a lot of the tactic, the game setup. So we'll see. First goal will be clinical in this first match of the tournament. So we'll see who can take the lead.
It's a bit of a cliche, of course, but it is true. We need to see goals early on to see either Huda or Saber start their campaign off well. It is the Indonesian Huda starting with kickoff and possession in the Arsenal home strip. We have Saber in the away strip attacking this left-hand goal. Huda is someone that we're going to be keeping an eye on, no doubt, throughout the season from such a strong e-footballing nation. Not one, but 2 international competitions last year.
It's not easy task for Huda, no? That formation from Saber, clearly identified to defend as much as he can, and now that long ball. But yeah, now Saber, in the other hand, needs to take much more time to build up his play. We'll see now Huda can get through those 5 defenders. That seems to be a really difficult task today, Harry. We'll see. Taking the lead, control the match. But for who? Now the chance. Great fake shot.
Saka here on the near side beats one, but Saber's defensive work so far so good here in the opening 15 in group stage match number 1. Trossard has got a man over this near side. Just running beyond him is Luis Skelly trying to find Kai Havertz. That's a nice cross, but David Raya is there with some safe hands to save Huda's blushes. First real attack.
Yeah, as we see, most of the players are using the Arsenal FC team special cards, the club select cards that Konami has released a few weeks ago. Those one makes the difference in this competition. We'll see if Kai Havertz for Huda can connect those passes, and Martinelli as finisher, Harry, should be the man for Huda.
Yeah, you expect to see Martinelli trying to run in behind, and when he gets into those positions, you know, with how clinical he is, he can maybe bag the first goal of this group stage. Havertz is in behind,
offside,
but is quite far away offside. Half an hour gone. Yeah, and I must say, we've seen good approaches from both Huda and Saber here to kick off our club event finals.
Yeah, unless we see a big mistake in the early bit build-up from the players, it's quite difficult to go through. Huda is taking the control of the game, but 3 center-backs are in front of his 2 center-forwards, so it's not an easy task. He needs to keep moving from left to right. Those defense line from Saber is putting into the game. We'll see. Huda now with that calm control, his famous fall. Now the back heel pass, Martinelli!
There is the first goal! It is scored by the man we highlighted just moments ago, Gabriel Martinelli, for Zeus Huda. 5 minutes or thereabouts from half-time. Scores the first goal for Huda. That is a great time to score.
Yeah, great finesse with that outside cooler. Gabriel Martinelli, that back heel pass. Saber wasn't able on time to drag a defender back quite late with the cursor, switching cursor, and that's mean the lead from the man from Indonesia, Zeus Huda.
So advantage to Zeus Huda here in the mobile group stages.
We see now Harry, red line for Saber, trying to go further and try to connect those.
Oh, Kai Havertz will get there first. I think he tried feeding Saka there.
Yeah.
Maybe could have gone for goal, Alex.
The extra pass wasn't the right choice. Now another mistake for Huda is Kai Havertz. The shot deflected. We'll see if there is second chance for Saber, Thomas Partey, pass
1
back
minute.
to Declan Rice looking for a pass in.
Oh,
It's Bukayo Saka inside the box, the cross!
Oh! Havertz before half-time gets the equaliser.
And that's it, another player of the week, Kai Havertz, with that great header, putting the equaliser. And you say, well, Harry, right before the halftime, it's game on, it's not finished. And now, you know, his mindset has changed a little bit.
We did think that first goal, after the chance had just went away from Saber moments ago, where we thought, oh, maybe he should have taken the strike on, tried to feed Saka, was patient, recycled possession, knew there was time for one more chance before half-time. Here it was. He took it well with Kai Havertz.
Yeah, definitely. That's red offensive line from Saber had an impact on his gameplay. He started maybe quite passive, not more than waiting his opponent rather than going for the attack. And it was a wonderful attack. That pass into Saka, we saw before he got the wrong option with that control of Havertz. This time, perfect job. 1-1, and it's game on.
Yeah, you can see the halftime statistics there if you're just joining us at home.
Yep.
Of course, the mobile eFootball version, very fast-paced. We have shorter halves. The time goes by so quickly, so you're seeing just the one shot on target, good enough for Huda, whereas, of course, we saw the two chances from Saber. Will that be playing perhaps on Huda's mind going forward as we can reminisce over some of the highlights of the first half? There was the first goal.
Yeah, the point is, like, when we were expecting to get the control of the game with Huda leading 1-0, he completely lost it. You know, those last 6-8 minutes were out of control, let's say. So we'll see. Second half could be a different story. The truth is, like, the 5 center back could be a stun for Huda in this second part of the game. We'll see. That one, Harry, that's a really nice one.
Whoa,
That
Saka.
Declan Rice pass.
Just ghosting in behind, and then, of course, the cross on point for that man, Kai Havertz. He's tall, he's physical, he can get up nicely. That player of the week item is very, very useful, which is why we're seeing so many people trying to qualify for the World Finals through this route, through the Arsenal FC club event. It's because of players like Havertz. You have so many options within this Arsenal team that might just give you that edge over any opponents you might meet perhaps in the World Finals.
Yeah, let's see. You know, it is on eFootball Mobile when you have your opponent around the box and he starts to have 1, 2, 3 choices. It's really difficult to defend those situations. We'll see. Maybe play on blue could make him safer, let's say, to defend those attacks. By the time 1-1, it's game on, and we'll see who can take the first 3 points of this group.
Oh, it's just shaping up so perfectly. I thought perhaps, I mean, we often see it in eFootball Mobile sometimes. You see a team score the first goal, the other team has to try and put too many bodies forward, and then we see them concede another one, and then they're constantly playing catch-up. But what a response, I have to say, from Saber. Perfect response.
In the right moment, so we'll see. Second half, 1-1.
So we switch sides. Saber and Huda will lock horns once more in our first match here in the group stages. It's a round-robin format, of course. We'll see 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, none for a loss. There is no extra time or penalties yet. We may need that later on in the grand finals. We'll have to wait and see. Here's Trossard Dope for Huda. Just giving chase again to Saka after giving the ball away. He's won the ball back now for the Indonesian, Huda.
A lot of defenders. It's plenty of black shirts. Saber now with a counter.
Oh.
Snow. Huda who need to start and be creative, not to go through. That pass well deflected by Saliba. Now Saber quite being not patient in that early build-up. Going super fast with the attack. Now we'll see if now open to the left-hand side. Can create that space. Yes, it's Omar Partey, the box-to-box midfielder. Joins the attack in a fashion way.
Well, don't forget, this is exactly
what
what he did, Alex, for his equaliser. Was so patient, and Trossard trickles it in! And from 1-0 down, Sabre has scored with Trossard now in the second half and is now leading Huda 2-1.
Definitely perfect job. That superiority in the left-hand side, 2v1 to win that space behind the right back. And then Huda wasn't fast enough to treat Cursor going for the pressure, maybe too passive, no, waiting in the, in the end of the box. So in the end, that's it. Good job. What a comeback we have seen from Sabre.
Now all the eyes, I think, are going to be on Huda, yeah, because we're going to see now him try and go to that plan B, plan C we were talking about at the top of the show.
Now how Sabre is moving back, Trossard and Bukayo Saka try to be more conservative, more deep in his lines. Huda has to do something else with that quick counter formation. Needs to maybe be more aggressive, let's say, because the unexpected at the beginning of the game is happening. It's Sabre leading, and now those massive 3 points will be really important, no? And the opposite for Huda, which now doesn't seem to do anything else. He's really confident in his tactic. Why change if you keep seeing, Harry, that with your tactic can have the control and be creative and creating chances? We'll see. 25 minutes left.
When we look at the Indonesian nation, you think of names like Philip Frank, Dennis Bernard, and
what
they have so many accolades and such incredible players, as you rightly
many of them
pointed out. I think Huda might be feeling a little bit of pressure perhaps here in the group stages,
100%.
knowing he has a lot of expectations from his nation
first
to
game,
live up to.
Maybe you start leading, you think the game is done, and then the response is unbelievable from Sabre, which now has to control the score, keep the momentum. A potential third goal, Harry, will be definitive in this game one.
So 20 minutes left here in game one of the group stages. And Havertz is running in behind for Huda. Is the goal here for Sabre, I wonder, Alex? Keep that ball in play, keep possession, and keep that clock in the top left ticking up to 90.
Definitely 15 minutes. We are going to have 1, 2, 3 chances left, no more. Sabre try to drag the opponent's players out of position. Now finally Huda getting the possession, but seems too far to connect a great chance. I love the positioning right now from Sabre. It's not letting any space. We'll see. Maybe this is the attack.
Into the final 10 minutes. And Huda's given the ball away. Where is the ambition from Sabre? I wonder, will it come? He just can't connect with Kai Havertz, who looks quite lonely up top there. Huda now could try and turn the ball around the corner with a header, but he can't connect with a teammate either. It's sporadic. It's a little bit cagey here in the final 5.
That could be a massive shot in this competition. And it's only the first game.
Thomas Partey.
Maybe the last one. Oh, the rebound.
It will come through to Trossard. It won't. It's cleared up the pitch. Is there
time?
One last attack, maybe. Gets it over halfway, knocks it on. Martinelli can't connect. Saliba will clear. And wow! Sabre AT will take the first 3 points of the group stages here. Wow, what? I mean, I don't want to call it an upset, but the man from Morocco told us before, ready to defy expectations by winning his first major competition, has taken 3 points off of one of the favorites.
We saw clearly out the stats. Huda was only able to go through those 5 defenders from Sabre once in their game. That one was the goal. Besides that, Sabre was controlling, being clinical in front of the net, and that's it. 3 massive points for Sabre, which we said before. Sabre, this guy has nothing to lose. I love to win. If he is performing, he's here at the Arsenal Club event finals is for a reason, and that's the reason. 3 massive points, and Huda now needs to win all the rest of the games today. Wow.
And we mentioned earlier when we were asked to point out those matches we were looking forward to, Alex, of course, we mentioned that Huda and Tienes, our 2 big names, if you will, in the Arsenal group stages here, have to play each other last. So the situation we were talking about at the top, where maybe you could potentially knock out another of your your strongest rivals before the grand finals could come to fruition if all things play out here.
Yeah, we can assume that 6 points in a high percent will put you in the final, but the feeling, the actual feeling is super for Saber and not that good for Kuda. So will you be able in how much? In 30 minutes, be able to swap up, restart your mindset and go full blue bar, if you say.
In the mentality,
so we'll see, we'll see. It's a shock, but it's not done.
I think credit to Saber, because you have to remember, of course, after trailing, conceding, I should say, the first goal, it's so hard to, as you said, reset your brain mid-game on the fly, especially in mobile matches that
you have to. There's
no
choice.
Fast. He was able to come back in the second half, or rather grab the equalizer before halftime, score the eventual winning goal in the second half. That's going to give him so much confidence. He's got to be feeling good right now, Saber.
Yeah, we'll see. But for sure, next opponent will have different games that maybe suits better to Huda than Saber. We'll see. Anything can happen. It's just the first game of the day, but what a massive score we saw.
Yeah, first game of the day is in the books, and it is Saber taking 3 points back to Morocco from the Europe and Africa region, Semra. An incredible result for Saber, top of the league as things stand.
Flying the flag for Morocco. Perhaps Tunis can follow suit in the next matchup. We've got another Moroccan there too in match 2. But I tell you what, I do love good comeback. And we do love goals as well. So it was a great way to start with a big bang. 3 goals in the opening fixture for today. But yeah, a bit of a surprise perhaps. So with Huda taking the lead, maybe you would have thought he would have been able to hold on, extend that lead over Saber. But he fought well. He managed to keep his composure, keep his cool, come back from behind in fine fashion indeed. And here we are. So let's just take a quick look then at the table as it stands right now. Of course, it's still very early doors. There's only been 1 match played in the group stage, still 5 more yet to go. But as it stands, we've got the result of 2-1, meaning that Saber is going to be sitting pretty at the top of the lot, followed by Luis Nubin 4-4 and Tines, as we said. Those two are going to be in contention next. Huda will have plenty of work to do then with a golden difference of -1 and 0 points on the board. So why don't we go ahead and start whetting our appetites for that next matchup? What do you think we can expect to see there?
It's a good question, because we've always seen Tienes in the past come really, really close. Has looked really, really good up until a grand finals when it's time to lift a trophy. And then sadly just falls at the last hurdle. We saw it from different competitions, club events, international events.
Probably
he's come so close.
He's the player with the most experience in the world scene of eFootball Mobile. So I'm sure he's back with that confidence, with that control game style. But you know, Brazilian player in front, those players are really, really good. Not because they are Brazilians, because the local competition they play during the year is making them better and better. So it will be a great, great start to Luis to have a draw or even a victory in front of Tienes, but we'll see. I think unexpected things happening. Another one. Let's see.
We've seen one upset already, Semra. Could we see another one, I wonder?
Absolutely. It's always on the cards, isn't it? In terms of their playing styles and the weapons they have in their arsenal. No pun intended, but you see what I did there. What do you think are some of the strengths and the virtues of each one of these players?
We definitely mentioned in terms of wanting to qualify through the Arsenal FC route to the World Finals, because you have so many good items available. Of course, you have David Raya, who's a very valuable goalkeeper. He has a Player of the Week trend card, I believe. Of course, you have the likes of Kai Havertz as well, who scored that equalizer, as we saw for Saber in that last match. You have Martinelli, who, if you get him in goal-scoring positions, you will see him easily tuck home goals. I mean, it's almost like we were highlighting them, and then the players, as we saw in the first match, were exhibiting exactly what we were saying. So Trossard, you've got Timber, you've got great defense, midfield, attack. Just probably the most, I don't want to say outright the most complete club in eFootball at the moment, but definitely one of the stronger ones.
Yeah, it's a very competitive one, looking for the World Finals as well, where the Arsenal representative has to defend the colors of the club in the World Finals. Luis Enrique, we can expect a lot with Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, so we'll see if he's able to connect with those players which he is more common with. By the way, especially Martin Odegaard with that highlight card, cards. The most rating card we've seen in Arsenal are almost 100. So that will be one of those keys for the players, plus the Arsenal Club Pack, the Player of the Week. So a lot of options. That's the best thing of this kind of competition. You have the different cards for every player that can make an extra impact into your chances, in your game style. So we'll see how they use it into the game.
I think speaking more generally as well, I think the mobile platforms tends to be the defensive midfielders, where if they can be the player to put pressure on, and then they can kind of block the passing lanes.
Yeah.
You will have more success
weakness
defensively, but I would say Declan Rice and Thomas Partey, if you can put those two in a 4-4-2, or potentially have them kind of shepherding the back four, protecting them a little bit, that is one of the strong suits, I think, that tends to lend Arsenal, especially to mobile.
Yeah, let me say one of the things missing in Arsenal squad, there is no anchor man in those DMF. So one of the options is what you say. You have no anchor man. Let's try to get closer to two of them, Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, maybe with that strength, that defensive skills, that will be a solution, let's say. If not, we saw 5 center backs is working properly for Saber. I'm sure from the Brazilian Luis Enrique we'll see the approaching of the sides rather than the center, where we saw Huda and Einten Tienes. He don't really care. He play by the side, by the center, depend the opponent. So we'll see a lot of options. Arsenal is a really nice squad. With Arteta, you can use quick counter or possession. So 2 main game style in game for sure. So it's a really easy team to use, to perform. So I mean, it's great. It's a really great team.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why we're seeing so many players try and qualify through the Arsenal Club event, because there's so many options.
Yep.
There are indeed, and I'm sure we're going to see many of those options put out onto display right now, in fact, because I hear that we are ready to go for match number 2. So let's go ahead and give it up then for Luis, Nuben and Tienes.
Luis Nuben 44. Sou do Brasil. Minhas expectativas para essas finais é que o delay e o lag não atrapalhem tanto. Eu espero que eu consiga fazer o jogo cadenciado, que eu fique mais com a bola e que eu consiga aproveitar as chances que eu consegui criar. Eu quero defender a equipe do Arsenal porque é uma equipe que eu consigo montar o time na formação que sou acostumado a jogar. E eu espero que seja feliz.
Hello, my name is Einten Tienes. I am the representative of Asia West, and I expect from the finals to be competitive by facing strong opponents from other region, and I wish to be the champion. And I want to represent Arsenal because it is a great club and my dream club too. And I wish to be the representative of Arsenal in the World Finals. It would be an honor for me. Vamos.
Well, great to hear from our next 2 to take the stage, of course, Einten Tienes. We've known him from several competitions in the past, and a relative newcomer, at least to you and I, Alex, the Brazilian Luis Enrique, 23 years old, really wants to stamp his name on a competition because he's probably sick to death at this point of us talking about Rental, the reigning world champion, Juninho, who's won, of course, the Manchester United club events in the past, has represented other English clubs, which is exactly the footprint that Luis Enrique here is trying to follow himself. So he's sick of hearing these names that have represented Brazil. He wants to be one of those names. There's a real chance for him here.
Definitely really interesting matchup we are seeing right now. The first for these 2 competitors, we saw that 4-2-3-1 formation for Luis Enrique. Next to that, aggressive and not custom formation with, let's say, custom formation from Tienes, which both of them are using Bukayo Saka on one side, Arsenal Club Pact and Player of the Week. Really interesting, both players, same squad, really different cards. So each one having the favorite one. So here we go. The first, Brazil, Morocco, Luis Enrique versus Einten Tienes.
Match 2.
Time to go.
Moments away from kickoff, it will be Luis in the home strip, just making us wait a little bit longer. Finally kicks off attacking the right-hand goal, and the Moroccan Anten Tienes in that changed strip of Arsenal Football Club. We're underway here in match 2, and it's the Brazilian who loses possession first. Anten Tienes loves to play, as you said, Alex, reactively to the opponent's defence, likes to play direct when it's necessary, can be patient. It's probably one of the more complete and definitely experienced players on eFootball Mobile we've seen.
Yeah, definitely we see two different ideas. Luis Enrique trying to have an extra midfielder to make that superiority, and on the other hand, Tienes having all the focus on the right winger, Bukayo Saka. When it's now Gabriel Jesus, the trick is not done. Great recovery now from Luis Enrique. Quickly, Harry connecting with Martinelli, and the counter-attack.
Here comes Luis, just being a bit more patient in his build-up, not wanting to give too much away early on. Jesus on the turn. Odegaard tries to break the lines in behind, and it was interesting to hear from Luis before the match, of course, giving us that video message. Great to, of course, put a face to the name. Said he wants to represent Arsenal because it's a team I can set up in the formation that I'm used to. We'll see how used to defending he is within this formation, because Tienes is an aggressive player. But I find that fascinating, the fact that Arsenal allows him to use the formation that he likes using in a day-to-day basis. I think that's really smart, using a club and trying to qualify for the World Finals throughout a club route. Is a great idea, especially if they use the formation that you're used to. Defended, well, I should say survived that time around, but Tienes in the opening half hour seems the happier of the two. Jesus round the corner to Kai Havertz, but, well, defended well at first from Luis. Has to defend again as Jesus takes a snap strike. Odegaard still in there. Can he find Havertz? Oh, good block.
The second chance.
Gabriel, that was vital.
Yeah, we saw that Luis Enrique has lost a little bit of control. Every single time he was regaining those action from Tienes, quickly losing the ball. And it's Tienes with the momentum, getting closer to the box of Luis Enrique. We'll see if he has something prepared in this set pieces corner kick for Tienes. It will be Declan Rice, the kicker.
It'll be the in-swinger. Oh! Havertz in the air! Not the first time today, and something tells me, Alex, it won't be the last. We see the player of the week, Kai Havertz, head one home. Anten Tienes, just past the half-hour mark in match number 2, scores the opening goal.
For sure, Tienes has something prepared for this action. Wonderful corner kick. Right, accurate to the header of Kai Havertz, which again, with another header as in game 1. Wow. This time for Tienes, the Moroccan leading, and now it's Luis Enrique who has to respond to that shock and that lead from Tienes.
Tienes 1, Luis 0. 10 minutes to go until half-time. And it's Tienes starting as we expected him to. But don't forget, in match number 1, we saw the favourite take the lead in similar time frames.
Nice predict with Declan Rice running back, switching control, running back, not going to the pressure, just to block once again, twice in a row for Tienes, blocking those passes. Declan Rice is the main one. It's Odegaard with the run. Harry, one-on-one, Saliba trying to catch him.
He's still in there.
In the very last moment, Luis Enrique was able to catch that run. Obviously, Harry, Odegaard is not that fast.
Half-time rapidly approaching. This one will be the last attack, I feel. It's cut out by the Englishman, Declan Rice. And it is Tienes 1, Luis 0 at half-time. We've seen mostly Tienes turning the screw in that first half. What needs to change here for the Brazilian?
Well, it's difficult, no? At the end, he's facing Tienes, one of the best players in the world. So we saw Tienes having not that confidence at the start of the game, but Luis Enrique is not as sharp as we can spare at this stage. He needs to first find solution for those two DMF that Tienes is putting into the game and approaching those wingers. No, those control, move from the left to the right, try to move Tienes defense and find those spaces behind. We'll see. It's not an easy choice. Now losing, you maybe means you need to be more aggressive, and then with that quick counter formation, Harry, your defense line is really, really high, and yeah, you can concede the second goal.
How difficult is it to really follow in the footsteps of other countrymen that have had success on the world stage? Because, of course, we mentioned earlier, you know, Dennis Bernard, Philip Frank, all of these names. We saw Huda kind of fall at the first hurdle in match number 1 as we're underway here in the second half. Do you think maybe Luis has a similar kind of expectation from his countrymen to represent Brazil
Harry is
in
Brazilian.
the right way?
So
Saka on the near
with
side
this score,
tackled.
it's not over for him, but he needs to get some breathe, some confidence with those passes also, because that name is Bukayo Saka.
Will Saliba intervene?
But, another time, Luis Enrique in the last moment surviving Harry, because he's surviving with those counters of Tienes every single time that connect with the left winger. Odegaard is completely running forward alone, and that's a problem for Luis Enrique.
So 10 minutes so far in this second half. If you're just joining us, it is Tienes in the Arsenal away strip, currently with a 1-goal advantage.
But let me say, it's wonderful to see Tienes with that formation, because it's the first time I'm seeing him with that one. It's a completely formation that we are really used to see on console. But now see the chance of Luis Enrique, Ben White.
Wow, Ben White has joined the attack there.
The missed pass. Harry is the counter.
There would be a problem if Ben White doesn't get back in time. It looks like Tienes is trying to exploit that exact weakness, and Saka has won the ball for him in midfield
Once
as well.
again,
The 1-2, fantastic. Who can catch Saka, if anyone? And Havertz!
Now, it's unbelievable how that formation is working properly for Tienes. Wonderful finishing, first time shot, Kai Havertz. And every single time Bukayo Saka is running forward, has a Formula 1 car running, because that speed is insane. Nothing for Ben White. That exactly this chance, if we remember when it was Ben White running up front and leaving behind that slot for that counter from Tienes.
He remembered.
Wonderful.
He remembered on his way to the attack. Even though he couldn't do it the first time around, he remembered that Ben White had a lot of ground to cover to get back in defense.
You need to finish your chances, Harry. At this level, those details makes the difference. I have to say, it's really impressive to see the standard card of Tomiyasu rather than one of the special ones from him. It's a card that even the standard one works properly, really good. But we'll see. 2 goals down. Wow, this stuff, it's missing like 30 minutes. We'll see. Now Luis Enrique needs a goal, 100%, as soon as possible.
Absolutely he does, following the Tienes second half goal, which put him 2 goals in front. We will need to see some chances forged and taken by Luis Enrique if he wants to salvage some points here in the group stages. 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, we'll see. Now Tienes doing what it has to do, taking the possession, taking the control. Desperate a little bit your opponent, but not really playing defensive, just moving the ball around, left to right. Look at that line of 4 strikers. That's what he wants. Martinelli with a rhythm change inside the ball. The turn!
What can you say?
Ciao, ciao. 3-0 from Tienes. What a way to start the competition.
Patience paid off. Tienes has 3 goals, no doubt has 3 points in his opening group stage game here. But this goal was fantastic. The drop of the shoulder, the cut inside, and the finish was wonderful. And you painted a perfect picture, Alex, because you said it's patience. He wants to play it from right to left, left to right. That's exactly what he did in the build-up.
No, definitely quite late every single moment of that last action. Luis Enrique wasn't catching properly the defender to match up those turns, those action. Wonderful finesse. 3-0 for Tienes, which is showing us why he is the favorite for today's competition.
So Tienes 3, Luis 0.
And he wants more. We'll see now if there's a reaction. The through ball is Gabriel Jesus. Magallanes, Gabriel Jesus! Yes! See.
There is life in Luis yet. That player of the week, Gabriel Jesus, tucks it home. And is there enough time for the Brazilian to stage a comeback here? You'd imagine Tienes has the defensive capabilities to hold him off, but stranger things have happened here, Alex.
No, definitely. It's on time. It's on time for reaction. We saw maybe more relaxed than usually. Tienes switching Kutso. Great momentum, great through pass, great finish in 3-1. We'll see. It has to be now. Luis Enrique needs a second goal to be on the game. We'll see.
So 3-1,
the
and
kick-off
that is wonderful. Jesus
Whoa.
towards Jorginho!
Whoa. Wonderful kick of Tienes. That's all. 4-1 is like, you have a response, I have a better one. Wonderful play. Wonderful play.
He is a special player, Tienes. We saw him last year, of course, at the FC Barcelona club finals, made it all the way to the grand final, lost on penalties there, was able to qualify for the world finals still throughout the open route, if I remember correctly. The world finals didn't go his way. He's represented Morocco on the national stage, made it all the way to finals again, but came away with a silver medal. Something tells me this story of Tienes is going to continue on, and it's going to make, when he eventually wins a title, that much sweeter. Of course, plenty of group stage action still to play, but there's a reason we figure him as one of the favourites here. 90th minute rapidly approaching, and he is 4-1 to the good.
There will be 5
Yeah,
minutes
definitely. Well, 4 minutes left. We see that Tienes every single time have a lot of facilities on that left wings every single time. Ben White joined attack, left a lot of space behind. Another finesse. Martinelli, in a fashionable way, scoring the 5th one in this game. Player of the week. This car is really good, Harry, but on hands of Einten Tienes is even better. That block, that sliding tackle from Saliba wasn't enough. And the feeling that we were seeing during the whole match, Harry, Luis Enrique is not finding solutions with the cursor, with the matchup, following those runs from the left-hand side of the pitch from Tienes. That's why we're seeing that score, 5-1. And wow.
I mean, that's a statement. When you see the 4th official hold up 5,
he will have the last one.
Luis will almost get another one back.
Unlucky, but overall.
There's the full-time whistle. When you see the number 5 held up by the 4th official, you think, oh, I have to defend and there's a chance for my opponent to come back. Tienes has that mentality to think, no, there's more time for me to go and get more goals. That's exactly what he did. The stats speak for themselves. Tienes, 3 points over Luis Enrique.
And great start. There's no better start of your competition as Tienes did with that result. Overall, we saw Luis Enrique having some flashes in the attack that he can do something else, but which is the most important part of the competition, which is in the defense side. He wasn't able to defend any single action from Tienes. Tactically was impossible to defend, let's say. He has to change something. Ben White has to put it on defensive individual tactic, let's say, because those run from Martinelli, Odegaard, was outstanding and really easy for Tienes, for sure.
Yeah, we saw different orientations, I suppose, of the formation, because it was close. We saw it there. I mean, 2/3 of the match had gone through. I mean, 65th minute, it was still only 1-0 to Tienes, so it was close and it was competitive.
Yeah.
But it was that note, wasn't it, from Tienes? He saw Ben White attacking for Luis, whereas we saw from Tienes when Ben White was in possession, he wasn't trying to go forward. He wasn't trying to join the attack, and that's where those 70 days come into it, from the round 4 to the club finals. Those 70 days you use to really get to know your squad and your tactics. Something tells me Tienes has done his homework.
It's a balance. You need to find a balance in your formation. Having those fullbacks running up front gives you a lot in the offensive side, but defensively, if you don't finish your chances, man, you will struggle a lot running back, and that's why TNS got really simple. No, we haven't seen those formations as TNS is putting it today properly before in mobile. Yes, on console. That says a lot. TNS is taking an eye on console size, digging on his game side to keep improving, and now he's found something else.
We're admiring some of his handiwork here. Of course, we did see the somewhat of a consolation in the end from Luis, but I'd say that third goal, where he was able to cut inside with Martinelli, probably the pick of the bunch, I would say, from TNS. Had a little bit of everything.
And we'll see now the replay of the kickoff right after this run. The kickoff, you can train in at home, and you can more or less, depends your formation, having that automatic movement in your mind to make it
muscle
instantly, boom, 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 easy. And that's why, look at that, the simple, perfect. Luis Enrique wasn't able to run back with one of those defenders. He did, but quite late. And wonderful build-up play with that kickoff. Jorginho, scoring with that special car that konami bring him with as a CF, which is funny from one side, but this time really worth it in this competition.
Part of the Halloween campaign, I think, wasn't it? Where we saw some players move positions. It's always fun to see them being brought into the tactics here at the club events, and we're seeing Jorginho there, as you said.
I don't know if Jorginho is watching it today, but it's like he is scoring goals as a striker. He has to be proud of it. So we'll see.
We hope he's watching, but there was the fifth and final goal we saw from TNS in match number 2 of our live stream. Here's, of course, first game of the group stages. I mean, what can we say about TNS?
TNS has set the levels on today's matches, and if someone has something to say, he needs to prove it, because he proved already. So
he really has.
Stop for the rest.
He is a strong competitor. I think he's proven to everyone at home that we know what we're talking about a little bit when we say he's one of the favorites.
It's only the first game as well.
Of course, still there could be things that go downhill for some, uphill for others. You never know, but so far so good for TNS. He is top of the league after that 3-point performance, Semra. What do you make of that one?
Oof. What a start from Morocco as well, by the way. It's absolutely incredible, outstanding start for those two from North Africa. We're just taking a quick look at how the group stage is shaping up, and obviously a little bit of work to do then for the Brazilian and the Indonesian, who are actually going to be in action coming up just around the corner here. But I mean, honestly, what a statement performance from both of the Moroccans across the board. And I think in particular, I love the way in which he found himself with a little bit of a setback momentarily, TNS. But he said, you know what, I'm going to let you all know who I am, what I'm about. You said it, they're here to win it. You're in it to win it, that's the expression, right? And that's exactly what they're trying to do. Speaking of winning, by the way, as we said, the next two competitors really do need to get those 3 points on the scoreboard as quickly as possible, because both of them have suffered defeats in their opening fixtures. So not much time for Luis Enrique to really recuperate and to lick his wounds, but he does have a brilliant opportunity now to make sure that he can right the wrongs of what happened earlier in the day. So why don't we get straight to it then? The players are ready to go, and so are we. It's Huda against Luis Enrique.
Thank you, Semra, as always, guiding us to this point. And it's a really interesting point, isn't it, Alex, that Semra made? These two matching up now lost their first game. So this almost becomes a bit of a miniature tournament we're seeing here, where if you win this game, you theoretically, but not definitively, would knock out your opponent. It's an interesting permutation here.
Yeah, we see at the screen mirror formation, 4-4-2 versus 4-4-2. Two players with the needs to win, yes or yes. The game, a potential draw will put them in a really difficult situation. Looking later on at the table, we'll see. I believe Huda is with the sub tactic that we haven't seen properly on the screen, but with just few minutes after that first loss on those two players, will then be able to perform and to show up, because this is the right moment to do it.
This is indeed, of course, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, we're moments away from kickoff. It's a must-win game.
Yep.
And the psychology of it, of course, the way the schedule has played out. Huda had a game off, had a game break, whereas Luis now has to get right back on the horse.
And he has played already with Tiene, so maybe it's positive. We'll see.
You will see. We will indeed. We are underway. It is Huda against Luis in match number 3. Both of these gentlemen's second game of the group stages, both without a point to their name. Here we go. Huda in the home strip is attacking this right-hand goal. Luis of Brazil in the away strip is attacking this way, and it's on the ball now. Gabriel Jesus, who can catch up with him. He's still hanging in there, Jesus, but finally it's one back.
Yeah, Saliba is one of those defenders that somehow, is way faster than Magallanes. We'll see now the through ball is Huda. Finally, Huda getting into the box. Kai having control the finesse. Finally! Huda with the ball, with that club select pass. Kai Havertz, wonderful finishing. He was able to gain that back from the defenders. Magallanes wasn't able to catch that speed, and with that calm, that control, that move, and wonderful finesse, Indonesia finally is on the lead.
Huda scores his second goal of the group stages. Of course, went in front in his first match against Sabre, but then conceded 2 and came away with no points. That will be in the rear-view mirror for him now. He scores, as you said, with the club selection, Kai Havertz. Many different uses of the man, but we'll see plenty of goals from that same name here today. Kai Havertz is some versatile option for Arsenal. And Luis on the ball now, trails 1-0 against his opponent, Zeus Huda.
A player who start leading twice in a row, it means he got the dominance of the gameplay and he knows what he's doing, but will he be able to keep the score, keep the defense strong as he usually do? Will how to respond now? Leonardo Trossard winning the back again. The control, the this finish.
I think the defender there did just enough. You
Simple,
could see
but efficient.
Blue bar, that shot was just a little bit too tame.
Yeah.
And allowed the goalkeeper, thanks to the defensive pressure, to be right behind it. Here comes Luis in some attacking fashion. Luis Enrique, of course, of Brazil, representative and qualifier through the Americas, has won himself a free kick here in quite a nice position, Alex.
We'll see if he will choose the direct shot or will rather looking for a pass. Is Bukayo Saka with Takehiro Tomiyasu waiting for a teammate. No one is getting closer. Odegaard. It's a simple pass. It's Havertz. Now the superiority is Luis Enrique. No pressure in front. Easy peasy for Kai Havertz. Same special cut working. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1.
What a response from Luis. He himself scores his second goal of the group stages. And with 30 minutes gone, we've had 2 goals already, both scored by Kai Havertz. Same card, as you said, same in-game item. But this time with the left foot, just tucks it home really nicely. Good patience and good turn.
Really easy for Luis Enrique. Huda wasn't able to catch Calafiori getting closer and do not let him to turn around. They both, let's say, are struggling in that defense side to get closer to their marks. We'll see if now a kickoff will work properly for Huda.
Well, Huda into the box with Martinelli, still maintains possession. And again, Kai Havertz!
Lucky on the side, Indonesia leading 2-1. And it's once again Havertz who found the gift from Luis Enrique, Harry, because you can't concede those mistakes. You need to clear properly the chance, because at this level, no one will fail that chance. Lucky, he can be more solid. 50-50 on that point.
Sometimes you just get that little bit of rub of the green, that little bit of fortune you need at this level.
You need to spam the clear bottom, and he didn't. He was looking for a pass. Just to remind, when you clear is way stronger, the action, than the pass action. Now the kick off.
Straight away up the other end. It's Gabriel Jesus. The goalkeeper's come such a long way, and they cannot stop scoring.
What's going on? 2-2. The response, the player of the week, Gabriel Jesus, who is scoring again. And what we see, they keep struggling defending, and they are really good attacking. So 2-2. Let's start from 0, Harry.
Let's start again. He says, you know what? If you're going to get luck up one end, I'm going to just force my own luck here. Straight away. What a response from Luis.
I want to say, David Raya, the goalkeeper, offensive goalkeeper, it means in those through ball to the back. He runs out so quickly. I believe for this situation, it's not a disadvantage. Anyway, 2-2, and we'll see the kickoff from Yuda.
Surely not another one.
Whoa, I don't know, eh? Anything can happen. Great turn. Martinelli tune in. Once again, 1-2 pass to the Fides! What's going on? Yuda with a fashion finish shot, leading through 3-2. And the feeling that this will don't stop. We'll see. Oh, I don't know.
5 goals. 5 in the first half. That one from so far away, but it had the direction and the curve it needed to find its home in the back of the net. Here it is again, just a little bit too slow to get down to it there. And poor Luis every time he gets his equaliser.
Now he lost the kickoff
again.
Finally, Yuda was able to defend that kickoff, and now the counter kickoff, which is now Martinelli, Luis Enrique, which every single time Harry is down, the score is not able to take the lead. Maybe is that what he needs.
And if you're just joining us, there's
struggling, really struggling to keep back. Havertz!
That one has the power. That's the one. And it's from a perfect scenario. Who was fashioned just before half-time. The hat-trick from Havertz has put Huda now 2 goals in front. Half-time is about to kick in.
Simple but effective. That's those pass and run, one of the specific movement that you first improve and learn in eFootball Mobile. It gives you those runs, those advantage that if your opponent doesn't run back, it's impossible to defend. 4-2, 6 goals, and all within the first 45 minutes. This unbelievable. It will be the last one. The last one for Luis Enrique.
Maybe one
He can get closer to score. No.
I thought there was going to be one more chance in the first half, but the first half will end with not 5, but 6 goals between these two fierce competitors. And just unbelievable show of clinical finishing. Half-time couldn't have come soon enough, not for either player, but for my blood pressure, I think, Alex. We get a chance now to relax a little bit and kind of digest what we just saw. Because 6 goals in the first half of eFootball Mobile, often it's cagey, often you see sometimes players take a while to warm up and build up their plays. Here, it was just gung-ho, it was go straight forward, score as many as possible, and both men, it was like a fight in a phone booth almost between these two.
Well, if we analyze play by play these games, we saw that in the previous one, there is only one player who is performing well in defense and in attack, is Sentienes. We seen here, they are really good players attacking, but we feel how much they are struggling. Any single action they need to go back to defend. We'll see, they need to improve, because the key of today is become the champion. There is no prize for the second. So it's important, the 3 points, but they need to realize in mind how to improve the defense side, no? Because yeah, they are really having a hard time.
It is difficult to defend on eFootball Mobile. Both of these men are finding that out here. Second half underway. Zeus Huda, the Indonesian, is leading 4-2 against Luis.
Yeah,
who
somehow
is in the away strip, Alex.
Somehow quickly switch cursor, take one of those defender, run back, try to predict which defender will be the most useful for the action, and try to survive. That's it. Obviously, at this level, Harry, is so difficult to defend. You are playing against the best from the best across the world. Oh, And that roulette pass from Bukayo Saka, maybe kind cheeky, no? But we'll see.
Well, thank goodness that Tomiyasu was able to win the ball back. Otherwise, that would have been quite embarrassing. It could still be as Kai Havertz tries to turn inside. Tomiyasu yet again playing saviour here for Luis,
now
who's
it's
playing with
completely
fire.
failing those timings. Luis Enrique, the counter. Thomas Partey with it. Pass, which is no.
Well, if you're just joining us, here are the results we've seen so far. And it would be the first 3 points on the board for Huda here in the group stages.
We'll see if he can find a way to connect those 1-2 passes between those two center forwards, which is now the chance from the Brazilian Gabriel Jesus, trying the same one, which is no. Those two DMF are really helping Huda.
Well defended by Huda as well, was manually tracking the run, and it was the defensive pressure from the second man that came across that has led to this position here. Saka, far side, out to Partey. Martinelli, what can he do with it? Trying to turn around. Oh, it's off target.
The positioning, the timing was okay, but the positioning a little bit too high inside the box. Nice try, but with that fake shot, confusing his opponent. But you need to be clinical in front of the net.
Key point to raise, Alex, of course, that timer ticks down so fast on eFootball Mobile that Luis needs really to start scoring goals, fashioning chances. Otherwise, this one could be over before even if he gets another goal.
You are right. Virtually, this actual situation for Luis Enrique will mean that his chances to go through will be over. Anyway, still game on, which is now Huda with the ball. Offside.
Offside. That one could have been, as you said, the nail in the coffin, because, I mean, 0 points from 2 matches. Mathematically, I think would eliminate Luis. I don't want to say that outright, but it would put him in a very, very tough spot.
Yeah, that's something to change. Substitution are really, really important in football. Some refresh legs, full stamina. We see here Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, and now on Luis Enrique, we haven't seen any substitution for the moment. 4th substitution for Huda, which basically regarding stamina from press legs, tries to survive. You are winning 2 goals up. There's no way to risk much more. Just save the score. Bring home 3 points will put him for sure closer at the stands to go through the grand finals.
It would be a big confidence boost, you feel, for Huda, perhaps, after losing the first game unexpectedly?
Definitely. I think it was a shock for him. He wasn't finding the usual solution at the attack now in this game. And the attack is sharp, as usually. Maybe in defense, he needs to improve for sure, but he's going to the 3rd match in a potential chance to go through, which is the most important right now.
Yeah, keeping your tournament life alive is very, very important. Of course, it seems crazy to think about when you're here just, we're in the group stages. It's not just that.
No, really.
There's been round 1, round 2, as we said, 70 days.
And look at that.
Between October 31st and this day today.
That's what you usually see on eFootball Mobile. You're winning 2 goals at 5-2, 2-1 for Huda. We said now you need to save your score. Those 5 center backs for sure will be a stone for Luis Enrique on his build-up play. We'll see. A potential 3rd goal is game on, but will he be able to that?
Need to see it soon, because that time is ticking. The referee will be looking at his watch. 10 minutes left. Can we see Luis Enrique, get himself a 3rd goal to give him even a chance of finding an equaliser here against Zeus Huda? That is the task ahead of him here, and we need to see chances and goals for him soon. He's given the ball away, though, as Raheem Sterling, fresh on the pitch, can perhaps break the lines as Gabriel for company here. A 5th goal for Huda would definitely secure things.
Lewis Kelly through Martin Odegaard. Now the counter for Luis Enrique. Now how can be the momentum, but no, maybe in the right side way better that the left back was running up front. Who'll be the last one? 8th, and looking for Martin Odegaard, the playmaker of Arsenal. The cross, the stunning is not
full time. It's the full-time whistle And that will be a shot of life, a little injection of adrenaline into Huda's campaign. After losing his first match, he has secured 3 points here in what was a fight in a phone booth in that first half. We saw 6 goals, all 6 scored in the first half. The second was a bit more defensively sound. But the important thing for Huda is 3 points in the bag.
That's the point. No, there was no room for breathe. No, Harry, the first half, a lot of drama, action, goals. But the truth is, like, Luis Enrique hasn't found solution during the whole competition. And yes, great 3 points for Huda. We see now the replays. That finish shot, wonderful finishing. But is not Huda already performing as his 100%? So we'll see. Next game is the last opportunity for him today.
It goes to show in this type of competition, it's not how you start, it's how you build into the competition. And I think that will be the message in Huda's mind. He gets, again, a game off now, I believe, and then is able to steady himself and go again for what would be a big match against Tienes, who currently leads the group.
Yeah, I believe it's positive for him because Tienes wants to play rather than defense. So it will be a face-to-face match with those quick counter game styles. I believe is coming that game in a perfect moment. Huda is going higher and higher, showing up more and more stuff. We'll see. Tienes probably can reach that game already qualified. That will be another key point to show. The truth is, like, Huda, the man from Indonesia, is showing up more. I believe he will gain some confidence after this match. And that's it. No, there is no room for mistakes.
No.
He lost 3 points. He won 3 afterwards. And Luis Enrique, I felt during the whole competition, hasn't found that feeling, Harry, that feeling that you need to find in this competition, in your passes, in your defense, maybe nerves, maybe the opponent's fault sometimes happens too. So by the end, 2 losses in a row. Tough for him.
Very tough. I mean, especially when you look at how the schedule played out. I had to play Tienes, no break, straight into playing Huda, 2 of our...
What are 2 players he faced?
2 incredible players to play with, no break, no time for breath to get your feet back under you. I mean, credit to him, never really gave up, even when he conceded first and then conceded another one. Immediately was going tit for tat.
He was suffering every single time, no? It's like,
was just until Huda pulled away with those 2 goals in the first half. He was always in it, but in the end, Huda, the Indonesian, will secure himself his first 3 points, Alex, and sets us up for an amazing and dramatic conclusion of the group stages. I know Semra has been watching that game backstage as well. Semra, what can we say about that game? Because the first half was, I mean, my heart was on tenterhooks. It was crazy.
Breath, really. I mean, every single moment there seemed to be a goal flying in at either end of the pitch. I mean, it really was like a basketball match. I mean, 1 scored, 1 responded. It was absolutely sensational. Good for Huda as well, because he took the lead, obviously, in that first match, wasn't able to hold on to it, ended up missing out on those 3 points. But here he was able to collect those 3 golden points, and it now at least keeps him in the game, at least as it relates to the group stage. Yes, he's currently sat 3rd, but he is level on points with those 2 heavy hitters from Morocco that are going to be coming up next against one another. So that's a really juicy encounter. I'm not so sure if we expected it to be that way at the start of the day, but nonetheless, here is where we have found ourselves currently. I mean, it really was absolutely brilliant stuff. Scintillating opening 45 minutes, no goals in the second half, but still, nonetheless, we did promise it was going to be a fun day. So thank you to the players for actually delivering on that promise for us, making us look good.
Totally.
But I'm very much looking forward to the next one as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game next. It could really, I mean, I think you said it perfectly, Alex. Tienes has the opportunity to go top of the group without having to worry going into that final match against his likely adversary in the grand finals, Huda. At least that's the way we saw it coming into today. So it really does have all the makings of shaping out, after this round of fixtures, after this next match, match number 4, how the group table is going to look, because we'll know who needs what to happen, who needs a favor from someone else, who needs, how many points.
But I tell you what, if they end up with a draw, then Huda's got a brilliant opportunity to actually leapfrog both of them and put himself in pole position.
Absolutely.
Now, at the points, like if there's no draw in the meantime, we can see potentially a triple tie on 6 points. That will be the craziest possibility we can see today, but why not? No, the point is like next game is really important for those two players. From my experience, playing against your countrymate probably is one of the most difficult things, because probably you know each other, you have a mindset how to face that formation he will put on it, but maybe he have a car waiting for yourself for this match. I don't know, those mind games are really important to put on now, because just 6 minutes game, it's time to prove who is the best in Morocco and who is the one going to the grand final.
Well, no time to waste, and let's find an answer to that question then, shall we? Who is actually going to be the best from Morocco, at least for today? It's going to be Tienes against Saber. Enjoy.
Yes, the battle for Morocco, as Semra put it. Alex, match number 4. It is Tienes against Saber, both Moroccan, both fairly, you'd imagine, aware of each other's play styles. They would have practiced against each other, they'll know each other quite well.
I mean, Tienes is a reference in the world eFootball mobile ecosystem, and Saber is quite new. Probably they have played before, but maybe not that much, which is true. It's so interesting to watch this game. Those 5 center back from Saber are really, really good, but we saw probably the best attack so far in this competition, which is Tienes with those superiority in the left wing.
Yep.
Will he able to do that the same now? We'll see. It's time to go.
That's the question. It's going to be the defense of Saber, who held Huda, who we just saw score 4, to just the 1 goal in his first match, against Tienes, who scored a fantastic 5 in his first match of the group stages, both in their second match. Now it is Saber in the home strip, Tienes in the away strip. It is the former in possession first.
Nice through ball. Is Lewis Kelly? No, it's offside. We see how different it looks like, those kick-off from Saber rather than Tienes, Huda, Luis Enrique. It's because his 5 center-backs doesn't let him go forward right after the kick-off. He needs to take more time. But, as we saw against Huda, it's a wonderful game style. We'll see, Harry, athlete test for these two players will be as clinical, as dominant Tienes as he was in game 1. We'll see right now.
It is difficult always to match those standards. Tienes has been the pace setter in many of our mobile tournaments, and he has set the pace very early in the group stages, scoring 5. Here he is on the ball now as Jesus takes the first real chance of the game, saved.
He's trying. It's like first time shot, trying to make things happen. No rebounds, a run save with David Raya. Great first attempt from Tienes, who need to push a lot, because we saw that tactic from Saber is really difficult to go through. When it's now Martin Odegaard, Havertz, Tienes, warming up that game style, the build-up play he's famous for, trying to connect with that extra center back. Saliba this time, now sending the counter, Trossard. Harry, good stuff on these two players.
Yeah, 25 minutes gone. It's been a fine chance for Tienes, but his opponent Saber has also threatened himself. He says he wants to defy expectations coming into this one, Saber. You wouldn't believe it's his first major tournament here at the club finals.
That's crazy.
He's not comfortable.
That's crazy. Now he's finding another one. That's superiority in the left-hand side. Ben White will have a hard time defending those actions. The fake shot. Leonardo Trossard trying to get in.
Ooh.
He's blocked once, twice, 3 times in a row. Well, now the misclick is Kay Havertz. It's Saber with a fake shot. Declan Rice with another mistake. Saka!
Saber in front! Can you believe it?
This man is on fire. quickly approaching those 1-2 mistakes in a row from Tienes, what we are not expected to see. Wonderful finesse. And it's Saber, which with that finishing, impossible for David Raya Harry. And that, what a perfect start for him with that defensive game style leading. Is simple, perfect moment for him right now.
It's just rare we've ever seen Tienes be that rushed. That rushed with Declan Rice, forced to, I don't know if he was sprinting with that touch, but it was a big touch from Declan Rice. Allowed him to win the ball back and then scored the first goal 10 minutes until half-time. Saber proving that match one wasn't just a fluke. Tienes is on the back foot here for the first time here in the group stages at the Arsenal FC Club Event Finals.
We were saying during the whole competition, Harry, the defense part is the most difficult to dominate, and the only one defending, well, is Saber. Look at that. Once again, Calafiori regaining that important action from Tienes. 3 minutes later, that stunning long ball for everyone at home. When we go purple bar, it means it's a stunning action, which is more accurate, stronger, but it takes more time to perform.
Luis Skrelly towards Havertz in the air! It's the wrong side of the post.
What it looks like a goal, it wasn't at the end. That header from Kai Havertz.
I know why you reacted, Alex. We've seen him time and time again
Yeah, the
today.
net was moving and it was like, oof.
In the air, when Havertz gets that headed opportunity, it's often a goal.
It is impressive because he's winning most of the header facing Magallanes, those kind of strong defenders.
Wow.
That
First
you
half.
can't spare from his side.
In the books, Saber 1, Tienes 0.
Even with that score, I see a really equalized game overall. It was that mistake who have break that balance, no? We'll see if there is some change. I don't think from the side of Saber, which is properly doing his job in this first half. We'll see now, no? Maybe Tienes some advantage tactic switching on right now. The fact is now this break, this halftime gives you a lot of time to think about your action, to calm yourself, visualize what's next, because it's the right time. Tienes, he needs to react.
He does, and as the second half is about to kick off, that's the benefit of having experience. You've been in this type of situation in tournaments in the past, so Tienes arguably the most experienced player here in our Arsenal FC Club Event Finals. He would have been here before.
Look at that run from Saliba.
Saliba is able to recover well. Tienes will have that experience and know how to steady himself. He will have to here because Saber has pushed the pace in the battle for North Africa, Morocco versus Morocco.
Now the time to control, to desperate a little bit your opponent. Declan Rice joined the attack with that low pace, but look at that control. That through ball is wonderful. The mistakes, no, this time. Nice, well done. Tienes, we see down screen next to the map, the blue line from Saber, but it's not the through ball. Trossard, the pass by Havertz! And 10 Tienes, Harry, with the equalizer.
That is the experience we were talking about.
He was realizing how to go through, and finally he managed for first time in this match to go through those strong lines and putting Saber. The smaller one, Trossard, getting that run. Wonderful pass back. Great finish.
He remembered again, Alex, that it was Declan Rice. That means he had a lot of ground to cover. A quick counter, a direct counter was exactly what the doctor ordered for Tienes.
Sometimes it happens. This game becomes a chess game, no? If you move out of position, your key cards, your key players as Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, then who's going to defend, Harry? Easy peasy for players as Saint and Tienes, especially with that Leonardo Trossard, AMF card. That position is every single time alone, and especially if the DBF is not there.
Yeah, we saw him in that attack, able to shake off the defender, was able to eventually find the pass as well. So valuable having Trossard in those types of areas, has the pace,
I love that positioning.
that
That card, those centre forward will keep the attention of the center backs.
Yep.
If you not manually goes back with the DMF, Trossard of any player in that position is with that freedom, that is so dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Yep.
It is dangerous. And I'm glad. I know we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm glad we've seen a Tienes goal because it sets us up for
Different
a
story now.
grandstand finish. A different story is right, Alex. 30 minutes to go, and it is Sabre 1, Tienes 1. Who will score next?
Because of this situation, Harry, your mind starts to be thinking in the table rather than in the actual game.
True.
A draw is not that bad for both of these players, but job's not done, ladies and gentlemen. At minimum 6-7 points will put in you virtually into the grand final. And 30 minutes left, and now the counter for Tienes.
Well, here's the group table
overrunning.
as we entered this match. This isn't live as things stand, but you can do the maths yourself.
Yeah.
Tienes and Sabre both on 3 points, having just seen Huda pick up
Through ball
3
is on.
his own.
Oh, quite late. It's losing the timing twice in a row. Tienes will be the chance for Sabre. Could be the attack. The through ball. Timba in the right moment.
Just waiting, Sabre, for Saka to get inside of his man, but was taking a little bit too long to do so, so had to pull the trigger, and now it has led to this position. Martinelli for Tienes. That's a bit rushed.
He's having a hard time. There's no chance for him to attack with the right side. He needs to go through the left side every single time. Yeah, there's no control. They both are starting to be quite nervous. Harry, another bad move from Declan Rice.
10 minutes to go, there and thereabouts.
They are feeling the pressure.
Martinelli back defending for now, and this is a rushed mistakes from Tienes, and can Sabre capitalise?
Oh! He scores that, Harry. I will jump over the desk.
You almost did just then.
My goodness.
That's why you can't stand off your opponent in this game mode.
No one is controlling. Everyone is having
it's another mistake.
Another one, and that will be the key. They have the control.
He slides and scores. Sabre with 5 minutes to go. He leads Tienes. Wow. Oh.
You can't concede those mistakes. I don't know what's going on from Tienes. From the moment he scored his goal, the equalizer, he's completely out of timing of passes in the defense, in the little bit outplay.
He looks uncomfortable.
Totally, and when it looks everything's so easy in that chance, that sliding finishing from Kai Havertz for Sabre is putting him again on that leading that potentially is sending him through the final.
Wow.
What a shot for the chances of 8-10 Tienes, Harry.
Well, just well done to Sabre, because he had to be patient. It looked like it was Tienes starting to move up the gears, and he is in possession now, but it's been the case of that exact example. It's been rushed mistakes. It's been uncharacteristic from Tienes, and Martinelli.
He has won some minutes, 3 minutes left.
Survive Ben White. The ball has to go forward as time ticks down. This ball is going in the right direction, but there will be one last chance for Tienes. That ball has to go forward quite soon, and it's not soon enough. Sabre with 3 huge points against his Moroccan countryman has upset the pecking order here, and is now sitting at the top of group play with 6 points from 6.
I mean, massive shot, because in the moment that we saw Sabre suffering the most is where he found solution. No, that last part of the match, I still think Tienes has lost that game, no, because overall we saw 2 big mistakes on his side. Was the reasons that Sabre scored all his goals in this match. And I mean, it's Tienes, you know, I mean, the man with experience, you don't expect those mistakes. And it wasn't just 2, it was like in total 5, 6. And at the end, it means a defeat. And with his putting his countrymate Sabre in a dream position.
Yeah, a dream position, because of course you have your 2 nearest rivals to play each other next. So I think if I'm right in saying so. Wouldn't that be Saber now?
And seeing the
into grand
calendar,
finals?
facing Hyuda, now TNS 6-on-6. My goodness, this man is on fire.
Just unbelievable
Yeah.
performance from Saber. We cannot sing his praises enough. He said he wants to defy expectations by winning his first major tournament, his competition. It would be this one.
No,
And
no.
he's 1 foot in the final.
At the end, you know, it's a show format. Every single detail matters. Overall, I would say TNS wasn't that bad in this game. I think overall, even I would say it was better, but those big mistakes in early build-up play, you can't concede them, and that's my point of view. What happened in this game overall?
I mean, we just saw then TNS's equalizer.
That
after
was
we
a
saw
nice one.
Saber take the lead, but the mentality of Saber to steady himself after you see TNS
really solid every single
get
time.
his equalizer, you expect, okay, I'm going to roll over now, but it was never the case. We saw the stunning strike there. I mean, that was so close. That was you almost jumping over the desk, and then it led to yet another mistake.
That mistake was simply...
And this was the tale of the game.
Unbelievable. No, overall, we see TNS with more resources, what he's putting into his gameplay, maybe more basic stuff from Saber. But at the end of the day, Harry, what is matters to win your games.
Yeah.
Be solid at the back, scoring your chances. 3 points again for Saber, top of the table. What do you want more?
I could not have asked for more. I really could not. The only other thing I can ask for is, of course, Semra to join us again, and I think I have my wish. It's just a non-stop action here at the club finals for Arsenal FC. Semra, I mean, we never expected that to come to fruition, but Saber defies expectations so far. 6 points from 6 and top of the group.
Your wish is my command, my friend. I think we should dub Saber the saber-toothed tiger of Morocco, because he's been sinking his teeth into his opponents with relative ease. I say relative because he did get a little bit lucky there against TNS, who really gifted him those 3 points in the end. Very big mistake when he was trying to make that clearance out of the back, wasn't he? But in the end, there you have it. I mean, Huda, for a moment there, would have been absolutely delighted, rubbing his hands together, thinking, okay, I'm up next. I had the opportunity to overtake them, 4 points on the board apiece. But in the end, there was a winner. There was a victor in this one. And it is Saber who has had a brilliant day of action, though, thus far. So having said that, I mean, now we're getting into the business end of the group stage. We are starting to have a much better idea as to who's going to be advancing, who's going to be metaphorically left behind at home, because everybody already is at home. So far, so good for the likes of Saber and DNS. But Huda's going to be coming up against TNS next. So what do you make there?
Well, there's no time to breathe, is there, Alex? I think you said it quite well before the last match. Your mind has to be in this match. It can't be on the group table. It has to be, okay, it's still theoretically within my current capabilities. It's within my hands. As long as I focus on that and that alone, should be fine.
No, definitely. I mean, looking at the table right now, a draw potentially is also positive for TNS to go through. So we see on the hand of Hyuda, he needs to win yes or yes the last match. It's a completely semi-finals, let's say, because the winner will go through the grand final. And that's because no one was expecting that performance from Saber. No, on paper, this game 5 will be the spotlight, let's say. And at the end, it's not for the fun. It's only one of them will go through. That's a massive shot, but it is what it is. That's the highest competition in the world. This is the eFootball Club event finals, and everyone is really good, Harry. So, well, you can't expect.
No, you can't underestimate anyone.
No.
And as always, it comes down to the finest of margins, doesn't it? But as it looks, it seems as though it is Saber who's already got 1 foot in the door when it comes to booking his place in that final. So it could come down to one of the next two that are in action next. It's DNS against Tula.
All comes down to this for these two gentlemen in the group stages, Alex. I didn't think I would be saying this at the start of the day just a few hours ago, but this is a win and in the final for either of these two, whereas it could be a case that only one of them and not both. I mean, one of them has to feature. It can't be both.
At the end of these two players has been defeated by Saber, so he's well deserved to be in this actual position, but it's not over for them. They have the time, the game to prove it that they want to be in another challenging against Saber at the grand final. But we'll see. Last match of the day, ladies and gentlemen, for these two players, Hyuda and Tienes, Indonesia, Morocco, for a spot into the grand final.
This just has absolute blockbuster cinema written all over it, Alex. I feel you may jump over the desk at the end of this one. Let's see what these two great competitors can bring us. It is Hyuda against Tienes. Hyuda in the home strip on that far side in possession now, attacking the right-hand goal. And there's a chance for an early goal!
Hyuda, ladies and gentlemen. The man from Indonesia taking the lead, with no room for surprise in that right after the kickoff. Wonderful finishing once and again, Kai Havertz.
Well, it's out of the frying pan.
That through ball.
And into the fire for Tienes. He's in a spiral right now. He needs to gather himself. It's a nightmare start for him. On the other side, Hyuda, having just watched his next nearest rival, I feel he has the confidence. And to start things off, it's perfect. Kai Havertz.
If you remind, third time in a row, Hyuda is leading his match.
True.
So this man is just unstoppable in the early part of the game. We'll see now, because Tienes is attacking really, really aggressive, really sharp during the whole day. And I'm sure we are going to see a lot of goals in this game, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, here are the results so far throughout today. Saber, the only man undefeated. Tienes having just played. It's been a difficult day for Tienes. He looked really good in that match number 2 against Luis, scoring 5. He looked absolutely unplayable, but so far in this match, which is a do-or-die match, it's been difficult for him. It's Odegaard! It's going to be another fight in a phone booth, Alex. 2 goals in 15 minutes. It's going to be not a penalty shootout, but definitely a shootout in terms of who will score the most goals.
And those action kind of player of Martin Odegaard with that highlight Arsenal club pack in front of the keeper. Easy choice for the playmaker, putting it into the net. It feels sad, no? Because those mistakes we are seeing constantly in these games today, being the decisive, let's say. But game on, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1, nothing happened. Restart your minds, because everything is to be decided from now.
Hyuda 1, Tienes 1. Which way will this one go? Both of these gentlemen are vying for position in the group.
I love the passion, but it seems like Hyuda, when he goes to the right-hand side of the pitch connecting with Saka, he needs a lot of time to connect with the rest of the striker. That 4-2-4 formation, having it as a sub-tactic, is working.
Almost able to move through there for Hyuda, and luckily for Tienes anyway, he was able to cut that one out. What we need to see from Tienes is more security in possession. He seems rushed at times. He definitely did against Saber.
I mean, it's kind of a weird game for Tienes, because he lost the control of the game. He's not letting Hyuda give him that much the ball. And, you know, kind of player of Tienes, I love the possession, I love the control. When you don't have that ball, I don't know if he mentally will keep sharp. We see that now.
For him, though.
Nice one.
Havertz breaks through, has a man to find in the box, but
he has a clearly choice with that lob cross.
Still alive for him, Jesus. Back to Havertz, who takes a strike from outside the box.
Overthinking Tienes in the last moment.
Well, this is the Tienes we know, though. Likes to lay siege to his opponents. Good job by Hyuda, though. And look at these red and white shirts, trying to join the attack.
But it's really difficult to keep coming forward.
Was able to find Havertz with
He's
that
really
pass around
wide,
the
his
corner.
attack, Harry. And now the through ball, Gabriel Jesus. It's Kai Havertz. It's Thiago! The man from Morocco. What a way to turn out the score right before the halftime. 2-1 TNS. Shocking the chances of Theo Ciuda. Wonderful play. Catching the back, Harry, with that through ball. First time, one touch pass to the top. Kai Havertz, 2-on-2 for TNS.
And I wondered, Alex, you mentioned it well, who'd have scored first in both of his group stage games? In the first game, obviously, I mean, it was difficult for him because he came up against Saber, who has proven since then.
And it's happening again. He lost the control after leading. I don't know.
The other game, of course, was a bit of a shootout in terms of a fight in a phone booth.
Conceding, scoring, conceding.
6 goals in the first half against Luis Enrique. I wondered which Huda we would see. There is still potential, of course, for that fight in a phone booth between these two. But the first half is now in the books. And Huda scored first, but is now 2-1 down going in to the second half against TNS.
And the most important thing with this score, Huda needs not just one, it needs 2 goals because he needs to win the game if he want to go through. So it's a lot of space for TNS to control the score. We see now some changing because, you know, Huda, it's the time to react. If not, your chances today are over. We'll see. It's still open, Harry. Still open. These 2 players attacking are really, really strong. But defending, you were mentioning, Huda maybe is not as solid as you can expect, not from a player as him.
And I just wonder if, now that TNS kind of has a lead, if we will see the best of him, because that's when we see him exploit the spaces in behind. We're underway in the second half. He didn't have that opportunity against Saber, of course. Didn't score first, so couldn't exploit those spaces in behind. We'll see what he can do with that luxury now. And here it is in front of our very eyes. It's Martin Odegaard!
His formation, ladies and gentlemen, is working properly. Martin Odegaard starting on his engine of a Formula 1. Running forward, leaving behind Gabriel Magallanes. Wonderful finesse.
Beautiful.
And the feeling, Harry, that Huda every single time they lost the possession has some hard time in those center positioning that he cannot defend.
Certainly doesn't look that way, and I think it's a lethal combination when you combine that with TNS and how when he has a lead and he can exploit those advantages he has, it is a difficult
that positioning of Odegaard, ladies and gentlemen. You should try it at home. It gives you some freedom, some different point of view of your gameplay that is really wonderful. Back in the days, I used to put, rather than AMF and SS, is even higher because I'd give you something that is really unbelievable. But at the end, you concede in the midfielder, so you need to have the balance, no? And for the moment, well done, TNS, getting closer to the grand final.
Well, if he can see out this 2-goal advantage and stick to his game plan, you're right, he would surely be featuring in our grand final later on, and a chance potentially at revenge. Here is Bukayo Saka, the Englishman, far side. That's turned, and look at the space between him and the defence now. And this is the TNS we've been used to seeing, controlling his attack, being patient, and now the fast build-up. Havertz.
No. Bye-bye. I'm leaving this. No.
That is wonderful. From TNS, that player of the week, Kai Havertz, with a sumptuous finish.
Since the moment he was leading, his confidence is from a different world. Wonderful play, one-touch passes, those combinations, it was boom, 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 and that finishing. Kai Havertz, right after that fake shot, even wasn't the right positioning, left foot anyway, 4-1. Massive finishing, massive shot, massive score. Harry, what a comeback we have seen from 1 goal down. 3 goals out right now, and still time for more.
I mean, it's
Wow.
It's the mark of a champion, isn't it? It's those traits of people who go on to have illustrious careers with lots of silverware in the cabinets. They know, even when your back is against the wall and you're facing defeat, as long as you're in with a fighter's chance, you have a chance of still making it through and winning a competition. And that's what we're seeing from TNS here.
Yeah, we have seen in the tactic view that he has swapped from the wide formation to a center formation, trying to see that maybe it's the meta today, it's the meta to get advantage from accumulating how many 3, 4, 5, 6 players we attack. But maybe Harry's quite late. Maybe that reaction from Huda, I believe, is not on time. We'll see, we'll see. It's game on. 15, you need to score kickoff, and maybe trying to find magic moments, no?
Well, it is a uphill battle for Huda here in the second half. He needs
once again,
lots of goals, but so far it's the version of TNS that we know he can produce, but it's the version that Huda did not want to see facing him here that has turned up in this match. A unplayable on his day version.
At the end, you know, this level, Harry, when you got the momentum, you feel what you are doing is working, you are seeing the weaknesses of your opponent with another chance. It's Huda with the finish!
Okay. Okay, there's one.
That's it, 2 goals down. Still the chance from the man from Indonesia. Connecting, does pass in through Kai Havertz. I don't know how many goals he has scored today.
Too many.
This man is the MVP of the Arsenal Club event. Wonderful finesse. But the bad news is still TNS leading 2 goals up.
And the even worse news is a reminder that he needs to win this game.
Yeah, right.
So purely an equaliser, mathematically, I don't think would be enough. Of course, we will leave that to our wonderful referees in the back to make sure that all the rules and regulations are
good job
followed to a
putting
T.
some pressure. Maybe it's not enough. We'll see. It's now in possession. The man from Morocco, TNS, which on blue, I'm sure he will go through till the last part of the match.
Well, 20 minutes separate him from a rematch in that game against Sabre. At the bottom of those results you just saw, the 2 Moroccans facing each other, Sabre coming out the 2-1 victor. If TNS can hold on in the match we're seeing in front of our very eyes, we'll see that again in the grand finals.
And we'll see, 13 minutes, trying to take more time as usual. TNS on his build-up play, tried to gain some minutes to put some pressure on the needs of Huda that needs to regain the ball, forcing a fault. Yes, shoulder charge by Timba, and the referee awarded with a fault that most probably will be played on short for TNS. When we see pause on one of the players,
I mean, it's the right area of the pitch, it's the right time of the pitch. You've got possession, you know you can control how much you have the ball, how little your opponent has the ball. This is an ideal situation, I feel. TNS will be in his element here.
No, but sometimes it's more about time is running, there's not much time to think about what's next. 10 minutes left, free kick. Even if you are Huda defending that free kick, try to prepare in your mindset some 1-2 action. All right, I will be full focus in the center rather than go with the wings. I will try to connect with Havertz and then wait my teammates going forward. We'll see. Those tips will work properly for him, but we'll see what is now on N10 TNS.
10 minutes left.
The shot! All right, looking for a rebound. That's pretty smart. And now Calafiori with the clear, looking for Odegaard. That's the time, the type that he was looking for, a counter for Huda. But look at that. Still plenty of defenders from TNS.
Whoa, Magallanes. Well done, Gabriel.
Still on, eh? The second chance for Huda.
Join the attack for
but it's
Huda as
not.
well, but it's
Ladies
that
and
time,
gentlemen,
that time in the top left, that clock, Alex, it's not in Huda's favour. The Indonesian, I think, will be leaving us here after this result is made official by the referee. He will bow out after 4 rounds of qualifying. Oh, but he wants to go out in a blaze of glory.
That was the moment.
All the way since October, Alex, we've seen these players compete for the chance to make it here and take the spotlight. Huda has fought valiantly, but will fall in the group stages. Tienes will have his chance at revenge in the grand final.
And what it looks like could be a Moroccan final saver, Tienes. Wonderful job, Tienes. It wasn't easy losing this third match against the players Huda that we saw struggling during the whole day at the defense side. Sometimes sharp at the attack, but conceding many mistakes as well. You know, mistakes are being the key in this competition so far, and the defense side has to be improved little by little with the pass of the time. At the end, Harry, it's the first event of the year.
Exactly.
So we are in an early path for this player to the World Finals. Obviously, there's room for improvement, and for sure, we are seeing in this competition.
Yeah, I always say that the first event of the year is sometimes the toughest because it's not the best version of yourself, but at the same time, sometimes the best version of other people you come up against. So it's always so tricky. Huda will have to take the lessons from this one. I have no doubt we'll see him again later this year. But, I mean, just a fantastic game. From 1-0 down, Tienes had to dig deep and find something within himself. He did that there.
Yeah, I mean, Amanda, as Tienes, we know him pretty well. When you speak with him, he's really confident, he's smart, he knows what to do. This was the key of the game. That second goal, that moment, it changed everything, not just in the score, but mentally for Tienes. It gave him a freedom, like, wow, I'm back, I'm leading, so it's my time. And he started to put in some high pressure to Huda that wasn't able to stop. No? So
I think that's the key for Tienes.
Yeah.
We mentioned it after he scored that goal. He's
Once
so good at
similar
finding
action.
those gaps. Once he has the lead and he knows his opponent has to be invited out of their defensive shape, that's when Tienes operates his best eFootball, because he can move passes really quickly and successfully so.
If you let him play, you're done. No, we have seen something different against Saber. He was making him uncomfortable, but against Luis Enrique and Huda, he was pretty confident. He had that. No one was really having him a hard time, and that, man, is show off. Great victory. 6 points for Tienes. Will put him, we don't know if as first, as a second, but, well, yes, is into the grand final.
You were walking off. You didn't want to see any more.
That goal was like wonderful.
It was truly spectacular. We can see it again here in the replay.
No, because it's really important on mobile. If you control a finishing, it's really simple to block. You need to do something else. Double touch if you have the car. Fake shot. You need anything extra to avoid that pressure from the defender, and that's wonderful made by Tienes. We saw the last one from Huda, which sadly will come out of this competition. I feel bad for this guy. I want to say a great regard for his community, the Indonesian sales gaming as well. They are really working hard to develop stuff for the future. Not this time. They will need another opportunities in the future to go to the World Finals.
They will indeed, and I have no doubt they will feature there. Maybe this year we will have to wait and see, but we won't have to wait to see Semra because she's joining us here again. What did you make of that one? That was just full of goals, but it's the Tienes that we've grown to know and love over the years.
I'm just glad we got another 6-goal thriller.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy,
I mean, it's been brilliant today in terms of goals. I mean, we've been treated to a goal fest in every single match thus far. I mean, the next one's going to be probably a 0-0 after I say this, but nonetheless.
Come on.
No, only joking, of course. I think we can expect more of the same, especially with those who are going to be in action. We'll come to that in just a moment. But obviously, it's brilliant to see the resilience of someone like Tienes. who was able to, against adversity, come back and turn the tide in his favour. And now we do have that All-Moroccan final, which is going to be quite an interesting one indeed. And we will have at least one of the two who will be flying the flag by the end of the day. But when it comes to what we can expect for this final match at the group stage, as we said, it's already determined as to the top two who are going through and those two that are going to be left behind. It's really just a case of Sabre looking to try and regain that place to the top, making it a clean sweep, which would put him and find momentum going into the grand finals. Luis Enrique, in his case, it's more about walking out with a sense of pride and dignity then. What do you think is really there to play for these two in this final match?
At the end, it's like a gift, no? Having another chance to be on the streaming, no? When in the past, wasn't easy, it wasn't possible to stream every single match. But today, in the case of Sabre or Luis Enrique playing the streaming, I'm sure these guys will go for it, go for the victory. Yes, not for yourself, for your family, everyone rooting for them will love to see him winning. So we'll see. Nothing on the table, but the pro to beat a potential champion in the side of Luis Enrique, or a warm-up before the finals for Sabre. We'll see.
I think lessons are an experience for both of these two. Of course, Sabre has it as somewhat of a warm-up before the grand final, but for Luis Enrique, I feel like we are kind of looking to see him later on this year. There's more club event finals coming. There's, of course, the Open qualification as well. It's time to use this experience. Get these big games on the stream with all the attention on you, under your belt, so that when it comes to this position again, trust you'll find yourself in this position, you'll know how it feels, and you can go that one step further.
Both of them looking to sharpen their arsenal for very different...
You're good at that. You are good at that.
I am good at that, I must say. It does come to me every now and again. Just before we go to this final match, the group stage, I do want to take a moment to take stock on what we've actually seen thus far. This is the first club event finals of the season. There's going to be 5 more after this. We've seen some great competition, plenty of goals, evenly matched encounters as well. But what are some of your main takeaways and highlights?
I think it's always fun when we get to these club finals because we get to see how these players throughout the qualification campaigns have been using the in-game player items. We have the player of the weeks, we have like the Jorginho Halloween edition card.
The club team selection.
So many different variations.
Highlights,
we see Kai Havertz, obviously the standout here for Arsenal, but when we get to the club events later down the line, we'll see that for all the different clubs. So I think
all these cards will be useful for the fans watching us from home when they play with their dream team stuff. All right, I love that. Oh, why not? Play with Jorginho, CF. That's crazy, but obviously working properly in this competition. So that's the best. Learn from the best, learn from the tactics. So those details that the pros made in this game style, and why not? Special card are important too.
I've been keeping an eye out. I've been looking, you know, Kai Havertz, he looks pretty good. I don't think it will make me any better at the game, but you never know. I might try.
It could.
He scored plenty of goals today.
He's had a brilliant day in the office, hasn't he, Kai Havertz?
He has indeed.
Okay, well, speaking of brilliant days in the office, why don't we very briefly as well, I want to tease the final a little bit.
Okay.
Because you already kind of mentioned that it could be a chance for vengeance, for a chance for revenge for Guinness from what happened earlier. But based on what we've seen in all of their performances across the board today, do you believe that that's actually going to happen, that he is going to get that vengeance served, or is Sabre just too strong?
I don't know. I would say there's a lot of room of improvement from Tienes rather than Sabre. I think Sabre is showing us his full potential from game 1, and Tienes is getting better and better. So probably the final, his second opportunity, it will be the decisive one for him. He lost at the final last year. He will be thinking on that one. Oof, it's a tough moment. It's a stun in his path to the World Final again.
Very good point. This time last year, the FC Barcelona event finals was the first club event finals on the calendar. Gets all the way to the final, loses on penalties to La Casa. That'll be on Tienes' mind, but I think it would be a disrespect to Sabre if we were to say he's not the favourite after what happened in the group stages.
All right, well, a case of deja vu, potentially. Obviously, he does not want that to be on the cards. But nonetheless, let's move right along then, because we've got 5 down, 1 more to go for the group stage. It's Luis Enrique and Sabre.
So here we are then, Alex, to make the group stages official. The final match, match number 6. Saber against Luis. And
different formations.
What are you seeing here, Alex? I did wonder if Saber might try and hide some things from TNS.
Is Saber out of that 5 center-back formation? He wanna try a plan B for the final?
I did think
but
this.
the plan A was working properly in the group stage. But really interesting. Different game, no pressure at all, trying different stuff.
It's interesting, Alex, because I wonder how I would approach the situation, and I'd love to know how you would approach it too, because you can practice a plan B, but bear in mind TNS will have the opportunity to watch this and study this and think how he can counter it. So do you stick, do you twist, do you hide, do you show, who knows? Let's see
details matters,
what happens here. Our final game of the group stages, Saber from Morocco against Luis from Brazil.
And I would love to see way more from Luis, and I'm sure he wasn't able to show in the first 2 games. Maybe the lack of experience, maybe the nerves. Obviously, the fact that he was facing Huda and later on TNS. I want to see more from the Brazilian. A great community. The last 2 world champs were from Brazil. El Misterio and Rental. Will they be able to be in next club events? We'll see, Harry, because for the moment, the reigning 2 world champs are not here in the first event of the year.
Well, they'll be aiming for 3 in a row this year. But as you said, neither featuring here at the Arsenal FC club event finals. It will be Saber, the Moroccan, in the home strip, and the blue cursor attacking this right-hand goal. And Luis Enrique in the away strip, attacking the left-hand side.
Let's try to see any kind of improvement with that new formation from Saber. Way more offensive, way more aggressive, let's say, rather than that 4-5-2-3 that we've seen in the first 2 matches. We got now Luis Enrique with that possession. Martinelli looking that through ball to Thomas Partey, but the party from Saber was way better regaining that ball. Declan Rice moving to the left. Martinelli, that pass and ran is walking. Ben White having a hard time once and again. Great turn, leaving behind Ben White. The pass back. Magallanes, Partey trying to get in with that through ball, fake shot. The pass in. What a festival of game spider, shocking everyone. It's Martin Odegaard for the man of the day. Saber leading game 3.
Just when you thought his chance to attack had gone, when it came all the way back to Gabriel.
What's coming, Harry?
He steadied himself,
the
concentration regained, finds this man in the box, and he gets that much space. With the left foot, he'll always tuck it home.
Wonderful play. Just to remind people at home that they used to play with Dream Team, with Legends, those cards have all the skills, but here at the club events, you need to get adapt to use what you have, and when you have does double touch, the fake shot, it becomes a great option. Wonderful perform. Now the chance for the Brazilian, which is Saber, great clear. And this man, Harry, this man maybe is way better than we were saying before. Great potential for this young man from Morocco.
Odegaard.
Great
round
ball.
The corner to Kai Havertz.
Finally, Raya saving an important one.
Was to his near post. 10 minutes till half-time. This had a lot of power first time, but right at David Raya.
Great ones like Luis Enrique catching the back for first time of Saber. That now with 4 centre-back, he needs to be faster switching cursor, tracking back the centre-backs. It isn't as easy as before with 5 centre-back. We'll see the corner kick, the long one. Thomas Partey has the first-time shot. It seems weird, but he needs to control in that action, because that finishing of Thomas Partey, how much it is? 60, 70 overall, it's not that much.
That is heartbreaking for Luis, because that was such a well-worked corner to find him.
That was a perfect one, right.
Far post, free as a bird. But 5 minutes till half-time. it stays.
Look at the position of Calafiori. But now look at the back. All the room for Luis Enrique.
Saka.
Oh, the run was stopped somehow. He had a misclick to catch the cursor of Odegaard, stopping that run. The last one will be for Luis Enrique. Can he get the equalizer? No.
Saliba. So strong defensively, as Saber has been throughout all of today.
There is no doubt, Harry, this man defending is the very best from today. And attacking is doing pretty well as well. It means he's the most complete player so far today. But
defensively, what do you think he's doing differently that we haven't seen from anyone else here at the club finals? Because he is getting every decision right, timing every tackle, positioning looks good.
It's about reading what your opponent is going to do every single time. And he seems really fast reading those movements, taking back the center back to the perfect position with the match at bottom, taking the ball easily. He's doing pretty well. This match, we said before, is not as important as the next one he will have at the grand final, but it's a great warm-up. He is probably using the plan B in case he's losing again in the grand final, so it's that bad. Great information for you guys at home. This is the top from the top of eFootball worldwide mobile scene. And now the kickoff for the Brazilian, which is now an offside, Bukayo Saka, the captain. And the feeling, the game and game, you say, maybe it's a great opportunity to him to know what it is to be at the world stage. Maybe in the future, we'll could see in further opportunities. But today, it's a great leadership from the man from Brazil.
I mean, let's put it this way. He's not here by accident.
Obviously not.
He deserves to be at this
winning
level.
in America's qualifiers.
It's a
so
tough
difficult.
region.
Really.
Incredibly tough.
Really tough.
So I have no doubt Luis will be in the mix. We'll see him again this year. I have no doubt about that. But for now, it's about the experience, about getting those repetitions in, and
another mistake.
It's some of the best practice you can get as well, playing against some of the best players in the world with this kind of atmosphere, even though you're at home.
That's a great point, because people don't realize that a game played in this competition, the atmosphere of the game, the feeling, the pressure, the intensity. When now is the moment for Luis to get the equalizer. No! Rushing that much. Really smart from Saber, running out with the keeper, pretending that surprise his opponent. Wonderful job, Saber, even with the goalkeeper. Well done.
Difficult. Obviously, when you look back, you can think, maybe I should have taken that strike on, but there's so many things to try and calculate. He's still in possession here, has just lost it. But you could see his intention, try and play it to the player on the near side, get the angle on the goal. But here is where Saber comes forward.
Look at the speed.
Bukayo Saka.
But look at who's in front. Tomiyasu. No, that was a wrong idea. The stunning long balls, it takes a lot of time. But maybe we're in the best moment so far of Luis Enrique in this competition. Can he score? Can he get at least a point into this competition? Saka, the passing, Odegaard, no, not the right timing. Well defended by Saber with a clear. Ben White is Luis Enrique with the pressure. Kai have the pass back. Odegaard turning around, waiting for someone. The pass and run for Havertz was completely wrong. And now some breathe, Harry, from another mistake of Saber. We'll see.
A lot of pressure
gaining that ball.
There's a lot of mistakes from Saber and a lot of pressure from Luis. He's not wanting to go out without a fight.
Getting into detail, the formation of Saber, you can't go straight forward. You need to go to the side. The first two passes is quite conservative, right? But it is what it is. And he's doing more or less wonderful in this match.
Havertz knocks it down to Martinelli. Takes that kind of Karate Kid stance to try and volley that one home. 5 minutes left in this
Unless you finish
stages.
your chances, Harry, you find a corner kick. Well done. It's way better than lose the ball.
Corner kick to come. And I wonder psychologically, just thinking about it, if Saber isn't trying to practice with plan B, but instead hide plan A. He knows Tienes is watching. He knows Tienes is waiting.
Right.
He'll be watching this, and I wonder whether or not we're seeing Saber yeah, maybe practice plan B, but more importantly,
At the end,
plan A.
if you remember, Tienes was having the control of the match. Maybe Saber was like, all right, I won that game, but I didn't have the control. So maybe having those winger, I can have the possession, putting some more difficulties to Tienes. Maybe even with that victory, he's thinking on that solution.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Even though
great.
some people might think this is a dead rubber match, this doesn't mean anything. Fight every battle,
Mind games,
always,
mind
at
games,
all
ladies and
times.
gentlemen.
Here we go then, 5 minutes to go. Saber with the corner on the near side. Looks like it'll be the in-swinger. Who are the options here? You imagine there's that Declan Rice
Declan,
far post
yeah.
who does win the header, but the power just not there.
Seems the choice, no? Looking the balls to Declan Rice, that's winning most of the header, and then try to pass, shoot, depend the position. But yeah, Declan Rice, a really important man on those
There will be 1 minute at a time.
corner kicks, which now it will be Harry, the full-time whistle. Saber 9-on-9. Perfect group stage for him.
Absolutely perfect in the first stage of
Just a
this
quick
club
announcement,
finals
it is
for
now time for our
Arsenal
special
FC
lottery. Please
here in
grab
the
the tickets you were given
eFootball
when you walk into
Championship
the gates.
2025 for Saber. He has 9 points from 9, and you could tell that meant quite a lot to him, the way he was recycling possession at the end, making sure he saw the result out. It's not glamorous, it's 1-0, but it's 3 very important points.
And the feeling that maybe he's not showing off a perfect gameplay, but how solid it is. It's like winning his games, not showing some magnificent dribbling stuff, but solid, easy choice, creating chances, defending very well, scoring their goals 3-on-3. And the chance, because he's 1 game ahead, Harry,
Yep.
to be in Tokyo, Japan in July for the World Finals. How big is this moment for the players right now?
Absolutely massive. We're seeing there the only goal scored in the game by Saber. Just looking
That one
back
was great, but
back on his results, Alex, throughout this group
Right.
stages. 2-1 against Tienes, so just a 1-goal margin. Then, of course, we fast forward to when he played Huda first, that was 2-1. And then he played Tienes, also 2-1. This one 1-0. So all 3 games won by 1 goal.
I mean, if I would be playing that competition, I would keep following his attitude, because that mindset is the right one. His mentality is more focused on defense rather than the attack. The best defense is the best attack. I've heard that many times. The rest are just focused on attack, score as much as they can. But on today's matches, when you are not having that feeling with the cursor, with that speed as usually, maybe it's a disadvantage for sure.
It certainly can be. Group stages now into the books here at the Arsenal FC Club Event Finals. It is the free-scoring Tienes who finishes second, and his countryman Saber with a perfect record, Semra. An all-Morocco final. We will have a Moroccan representative at the World Finals.
Yes, we will.
It's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed. And we know how much Moroccans love their football. They love their eFootball.
Yep.
So it's a nice celebration to come, I can imagine. I love the way you described it, the free-flowing football on the one hand. Then you have the perfect record thus far going to the final on the other hand. Something's got to give. When I take a look at the actual breakdown of the stats here, Tienes looks as though, on paper, he takes more risks. He's willing to go forward a lot more, and obviously leaves him a little bit more exposed at the back, having conceded quite a bit more. And then having said that, you look at Saber, that perhaps is a little bit more, what's the word I want? Conservative, perhaps, in his approach?
Yeah, on one hand, yes, but what do you want more? Only 3 goals conceded, 3-on-3 is perfect, no? At the end, the goal first is going to the grand final, and for first time, he made the first shot on Tienes, beating him in the group stage. Now, the boys of Tienes, he has something to step up in the grand final, because if not, seeing what we saw, Harry, the favorite is Saber.
I mean, listen, it's not glamorous, the way you win, but it's arguably...
Doesn't have to be though, does it?
It's arguably more skillful on mobile. It's difficult to defend. It really is, because you don't have as much control at certain moments as you would potentially on other platforms. So the fact he's able to keep the free-scoring Tienes at bay, the fact that we've seen him against Huda keep him to just one goal, it's really been really impressive. And although, like I said, not glamorous, arguably more skillful.
Doesn't have to be aesthetic.
No.
Doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but as long as it's efficient, then I guess at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. I mean, if you were coaching these two going into this final right now, what advice would you be giving to both of them?
Well, if I would say, Saber, if your plan A is working properly, keep it with that, because he's completely making uncomfortable his opponent today. In the other side, Tienes is finding, or maybe risking from the start. He doesn't need to risk from the first pass back in the defense. Maybe try to play easy, and then when he passes that first pressure from Saber, man, start to do your gameplay, because you are really good at that.
If I'm the coach of Tienes, score first. Because it is, at times, it's a case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with him. When he scores first, he scores lots.
Right.
If he concedes first, he struggles really to find he starts second-guessing himself, can't find a solution at times. That's what we saw in the first instance, the first edition against Saber. Different thing at stake now. We have extra time and penalties to come, because we need a winner from this one game of eFootball. So if you keep it close...
Somehow I feel like it's not going to come down to that, though.
Never know.
Will be a close match.
This time last year, we did see it come down to the penalty shootout between he and La Casa at the Barcelona Club event finals. So stranger things have happened. You just don't know.
I bet Tienes want to win in 90 minutes, right? That 100%.
Okay.
So we'll see if things goes further to the extra time, penalties, who knows?
And obviously, Tienes is looking to exercise the ghost of last season, making it all the way to the finals, receiving that crushing blow in the end, losing in the penalties, right? So obviously something to make up for there. If you had to pick a favourite, based on what we've seen today, based on perhaps the evidence of how much they've grown individually over these last, not just 70 days, but 12 months, really, as they've all learned this format more, they've adapted more to this format. Who would you have your bet on?
Under those conditions you've said, I would say Tienes. I think it's, and I recognise it's unfair of me to say that, because Saber won the engagement in the group stages, but based on the growth of last year, yeah, we saw Tienes come very close at several occasions. Club event finals for Barcelona. You think about the worldwide competition at the end of last year, where he made it all the way to the final and fell. Qualified for the world finals, out in group stages. They don't sound great on your resume, but that is a period of growth that you now start to see at this stage of your career help you take the next step. So I would say, under the conditions you've said, probably Tienes, but Saber has impressed me a lot today.
I mean, I will say, same as you, I would love to see Tienes winning, because I think he's a guy that have the potential to become world champion. But what it is about today, we saw Saber 100% reading way better what it has to be taken in this kind of competition, and we'll see the same in the grand final. But we'll see. My odds on Saber, you and Tienes, we'll see what happens.
I never said that. I just was... Yeah, go on then. All right, winner buys dinner.
All right, winner buys dinner. I love how that rhymes.
There we go.
Okay, well, in the blue corner, you've got Saber, and on the red corner, you've got Tienes in an all-Moroccan affair for the grand finale on the mobile platform.
Yes, it all comes down to this. The
5 centre backs.
Final of the mobile platform of Arsenal FC, our first club event finals of the eFootball Championship season 2025. We're still roughly 5 months away from the World Finals, but we're about to find our first member of that World Finals. Will it be Saber? Will it be Tienes? Will you go hungry? Will I go hungry? Who's going to buy dinner? We're not sure, but Alex, what did you make of the tactics we just saw? You noted 5 centre-backs.
Right, we are back with the 5 centre-back from Saber. So same story as in the group stage, same matchup, but will happen the same. Let's see the grand final to decide who's gonna be the Arsenal FC representative in Tokyo, Japan.
Here we go.
For the World Finals, Harry.
We are underway. It is Saber in possession now in the home strip. It is Tienes, as he has been, I believe, throughout all of today, in the changed all-black kit for Arsenal FC. And at the end of this match, we will have our first world finalist.
We'll see. Great attempt. Still a kickoff. Was getting closer. Saber, I'll be thinking too much with Thomas Partey, which, if you have played with Arsenal, is not that skiller. So you need to take it easy with him. He is rather than a player to block, defend, and attack, but be not that much a playmaker. But now is a chance. It's Tienes, the pass in. Calafiori cleared the ball.
Well, both men, of course, from the nation.
Ben White.
Nicknamed the Atlas Lions. On one side, you had Saber entering today saying, I'm ready to defy expectations. He has done just that. This is his first major competition. The club event finals. He is just this game away from going to the world finals. Has to defend this though. Odegaard, back to Kai Havertz.
Calafiori again.
Calafiori steps
Almost having that shot, that finishing with Kai Havertz. The fake shot, Gabriel Jesus! No! What it looks like an easy goal from Gabriel Jesus. That player of the week. Right after that wonderful fake shot to open some angle to that shooting. First advice from the man from Morocco, Einten Tienes, that is pushing out his countrymate Saber. Is saying like, what happened in group stage will not happen again. But we'll see.
It is a different match here in the grand final. As I mentioned before, penalties, extra time, all
another
of the above.
If
we need, as Jesus gets another chance at a strike, cleared smartly, I think, away by Saber. A bit of breathing room now as Tienes will start again. Saka, the captain, the Englishman near side. Back to his countryman Rice. Jesus, Havertz, Tienes
now
really building well. Havertz still going here. It's Jesus! Oh! Tienes in front!
Oh my goodness! Wasn't clearly the best for Saber clearing that ball. And that clear from the defender, it turns in a shot from Tienes. Gabriel Jesus taking the lead, ladies and gentlemen. What a shot!
Wow.
We saw really conservative Saber, leaving a lot of space for Tienes to move around back and forth. That action was nice. Unlucky.
Sometimes you need that bit of luck. And Tienes, he hung in there. He kept alive. As long as Saber didn't have the opportunity to clear this ball, he had the faith it would come to him.
The only choice for Saber was to clear the ball, looking to his corner, because he was looking to clear the ball to the other side, and that was let Gabriel Jesus with the fingers, with the foot, getting that shot. And that's a shot. Now the reaction from Saber, that different story, and now he needs to turn off the score.
Well, Lewis Skrelly is seemingly the target man, the catalyst of these attacks, but Tienes, when he scores first, that is when he is most dangerous, Alex, so we will need to see.
And he's feeling comfortable, Harry, since the moment against Huda, after the second goal. I think this man has changed the click mentally, but now the response is offside. That was a nice one from Saber. How important is to win this game?
We're seeing Lewis Skrelly on that left side for Saber. I wonder if maybe he's saving something on the bench to play on that far side. I'm trying to think who's missing from his lineup here. We'll have to take a look at some point. For now, though, Kai Havertz down the middle. I wonder, is it Martinelli that might come on for him in the second half? Maybe a bit of an injection of pace. We'll have to wait and see. For now,
Martinelli. Plenty of options already. It's just a half-time.
Is in the books.
It's just a half-time. Isn't that bad? But we clearly see on the stats, not 3-0 in terms of shots. And maybe we are seeing now the moment through swap from 5 to 4-4-2. We'll see. It's really important, this match, because can change your path in this eFootball esports season, because don't really know, Harry, if you're going to have another opportunity as this one being in a club event, because yeah, you said there is a total 6, but it's really difficult to win on your region. So potentially you are 1 game ahead to go to the World Finals, or maybe your last opportunity this season. Who knows? The moment is now.
That's what I love. I love about this format. I love about the eFootball Championship 2025. It's not just 1 tournament. It's not 2 tournaments. It's essentially 3 different tournaments just to make it to the World Finals. Speaking of, 45 minutes separate Tienes from a second successive year there. Kai Havertz,
no, there's no room for that. Keep running.
Maybe a missed input there. That would have been a golden opportunity at the start of the second half to get his equaliser.
He lost all the advantage he got with that run of Havertz, because you know, Harry, it's not the same. The nerves being played in the group stage compared to the grand final for a spot in the World Championship. Nice block. A different story. He's stepping up. More intensity, more intention to attack from Saber. He wants the equaliser, but nice response from Tienes, blocking and beat that man defending that we haven't seen before.
Well, this is where you have to think back to that game we just saw, where Saber was maybe hiding plan A, was maybe trying plan B. Tienes has to be able to adapt to the adaptations on the other side from Saber. Of course, they're no doubt practice partners, they're countrymen. They'll
not Declan Rice.
Practice against each other.
This time is kicking.
So they'll know the tactics well. Here's Declan Rice.
No, Magalhães. Oh!
Corner comes to nothing, but they're countrymen, so they'll know each other's game plans pretty well. Tienes, though, is able to survive the corner and try and move the territory up the pitch.
On time.
Half an hour to go.
We're going to see more goals, Harry.
An equaliser.
We are going to see more goals.
A reminder, extra time and penalties at the end of 90 minutes if we need them. So far, so good, though, if you're a fan of Anten Tienes.
We'll see. Anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen. No substitution already until the ball goes out. The chance for Saber, looking for a cross. The pass in, Havertz and David Raya.
Much better from Saber, starting to build now in an attacking
sense. Look at the
sense.
pressure. Calafiori, is the time. The attack he was looking for, the rebound is still on fire for him.
Saka, far
Timber,
side.
the stunning cross, deflected by
himself.
Yeah, by Timber, managed by Tienes.
Look at this pressure coming from Saber. Finally, we're seeing Tienes break out, but it's one
time
back.
Is running, Harry.
The press is good. You're right. 15 minutes to go. Lewis Skrelly near side. Trossard back to him.
He's getting options.
A
Look at that.
breakthrough.
The stunning
cross straight into the hands of David Raya, and that is exactly where Tienes wants the ball to be. 10 minutes.
It is funny because he's having a hard time defending. He's struggling Tienes in some part of the pitch, but time is running. We haven't seen that much. Only one shot from Saber. Now the mistake, but he haven't that many players joining the attack. He needs to close gaps, and it's difficult. It's difficult for Saber. We'll see. Could be now.
He was flawless in the group stages, is staring down for the first time today the barrel of defeat, and it would be a heartbreaking one too. Here at
seconds closer to become the first world finalist. Harry Tienes with the ball to score. The finish! No!
This will be surely the last chance for Saber. There's no minutes added on. Tienes. The ball goes forward. And we have our first world finalists. It comes in the way of Arsenal FC's new mobile representative, Anten Tienes from Morocco. He beats his countrymen 1-0. He reverses the fortunes in the group stages. Here in the grand finals, your mobile champion of Arsenal FC, Anten Tienes.
Man, huge congratulations. You're proving how good you are. We were saying the revenge has arrived, and the perform and the respond and the moment to step up has in the right moment. Great victory. This man last year has lost a grand final. Even with that, he went to the World Finals, and now this 2025 season will be the first ever player to get into the World Finals, and that means he has from now till July to prepare, to analyze opponents.
You know the team you're going to use.
That's a great advantage, ladies and gentlemen. That's a great one.
Huge advantage, a massive congratulations to Tienes. This time last year at the first club event, FC Barcelona made it to the final, lost on penalties. I wonder if we're able to follow this thread through this season, track the progress of Tienes, and when it gets to July, we go to Japan, we look at how the World Finals plays out. If him going one step further in this event will carry on through to the World Finals, and if this could be the year we see Tienes break through and stamp his name on eFootball mobile esports, it's possible.
No, obviously, it's possible, and it will be a Katita contender back then in Japan. I love to see how important is the experience. We said before, even in short format as this one, we saw Tienes having a hard time in some part of the competition, but he was able to be with that mental spot to be performing usually, and not Saber, that maybe he was like not having those nerves, not confident in the right moment how it was the grand final. Overall, even with that rebound goal from Tienes, I think Tienes was a wonderful champion, deserved victory. I'm happy, so happy for this guy. The good thing is Morocco will be happy today, you know, whatever it happens between Saber and Tienes this time. For Tienes side, and Saber, let me say, Harry, he has a full potential to be already in the World Finals in the upcoming competition. Great guy, great player. But only one can win, and that's all.
Sadly for Saber, that's the case. A moment to talk about him. He came into today wanting to defy expectations. He did that and then some. Flawless in the group stages. Fell at the final hurdle. Tough for him to stomach, but the day belongs to one man.
Right.
And it's the man behind you. 8 and 10 Tienes. Not literally.
I should get out of the way because I was actually blocking him just a second ago. Yes, it belongs to this man right here. Tienes, congratulations to you. Obviously, job well done. A nice little twisted sail, if you will, considering as though it seemed like Saber was going to sail his way through after 3 victories on the spin. Absolutely brilliant start of the day for him all the way up until the end. Tienes, however, able to rectify what he was unable to do last season. He does finally manage to get his hands virtually on this trophy. He will have it physically on the trophy soon enough, but he has also booked himself that golden ticket to Japan, and a worthy winner in the end. So congratulations to you. What have you guys made of the day overall, now that it's come to a conclusion?
I mean, we always enter these club finals, don't we, Alex? We say we want to see new stars start to emerge. Sometimes it's the known quantity that comes through and reminds us why they are the known quantity and why we big them up as favourites. That happened here today, but I think the former happened as well. We saw the likes of Saber come through. We saw Huda stamp his authority early on in the group stages. We saw Luisa as well, Enrique, who I think neither of us will be surprised if we see any of these names feature at future club event finals, open finals, world finals. These names, they're all young. The oldest player here is 23 years old. So as long as these competitions keep going, we'll see these names for years to come.
Well, it's like a virtuous cycle upwards, isn't it? Because the more you play in these competitions, the more experience that you get, the more understanding of how it works, the more game time, gameplay you accumulate as well. And then eventually it does start creating this kind of pool of familiar faces over time.
Yeah, I would love to see much opportunity, for Huda, for Sebe, because this player deserves more after what they showed today. The potential being the World Finals for them will be huge, but you never know when this opportunity will arrive in this season. The competitiveness that we have in every region is harder and harder with the pass of the time. Asia, especially Americas, is full of talent in eFootball Mobile. So, damn, those qualifiers are insane. We'll be back to Americas, having the reigning 2 world champ, Miserio and Rentao, missing on this competition this year. Will they be able to come in the next one? You never know. And that's it. I think at the end, happy for Tienes, happy for everyone who made it to this competition. I hope they get some good leadership from the future. And the man who made it, keep going, man. It's a good 2025 season for you, and I hope he approaches it.
He certainly starts 2025 with a bang. There's no question about that. Listen, any final thoughts just before we go here?
I mean, the day belongs to the man behind you. Of course, he is the champion. Now, I almost feel, knowing his mentality, will be a little disappointed that he now has 5 months to wait until the World Finals.
Tough,
I think it's kind of tough to have to wait for so long.
Compete, you know,
he likes to compete.
Right?
He likes to be the man is in the spotlight, is taking on tough opponents. So
I'm sure he'll find sparring partners, though.
Yeah,
but more practices rather than competition, or less official ones. So it's a difficult one. You're right.
I think he'll be disappointed in that, but obviously he'll also be happy he got the job done at the first chance of asking.
I mean, how beautiful is the trophy, ladies and gentlemen? It's a wonderful. The good things is like esports are back, another season kick off. We still plenty of more opportunity for all of you guys back at home, still on time to get into a spot into the World Finals. The good things, I'd love to see how unpredictable are these kind of events. In my mindset, I have some prediction at the beginning. Somehow, I saw Saber like, oh, this man is unstoppable. But at the end, the experience, it takes by themselves and a great victory. And the good thing is, like, I love what is esports. They love it. Thanks to Konami, everyone putting the job into these kind of opportunities, because it's a life-changing for these guys, travel around the world, being professional, and being representing Arsenal at the World Final. Oh, that's so amazing.
Dream. It's an absolute dream.
It is a dream. Very, very cool indeed. Well, guys, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, as always. Thank you to Konami. Thank you to Adrenaline for helping us to kickstart this brand new season that is going to absolutely sparkle and shine just the way that it has for today. And thank you to all of you as well for being here with us. Please stay tuned. We'll keep you updated as to the next club event finals, and it's going to be coming up very soon. So make sure that you have a look on all of our social media platforms, as well as our official website too, and you can find out more information as to the relevant date and time as it is determined. Until then, take care wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you very soon indeed. Adios.